From the content creators that bring you the lowest effort content imaginable.
Lowest effort imaginable.
You know, the ones that bring you info that the devs don't want you to know about.
Don't want you to know about.
The podcast you probably don't want the EE mods to know you listen to. And will most likely get you banned just for talking about it.
Just for talking about it.
Raw!
Uncut and uncensored.
We want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Maybe try some mining or something you know. Remember to not undock anything you can't afford to lose. Try not to make any dumb decisions buzzed on booze.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
Julie.
talking to you!
Welcome to the Echoes of New Eden podcast. Let's start this bitch.
Yes, let's get the party started. How about that? Welcome everybody that fast forwarded through the intro on YouTube, and welcome everybody on the Discord to Echoes of New Eden podcast, here for another week of Eve Echoes news. I thank you all for joining with us today. I am Rambo, your host today, as well as I am joined by Taylor motherfucking Rick. How's it going?
I'm good.
We
I'm
almost
good.
got a full crew today.
I'm good. Almost. We're
Awesome.
just missing Dave. Damon said he was going to be here because he's just driving around doing nothing. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, something about plowing, something about doing nothing. Anyway,
Yeah, driving around in
continuing
his
on.
truck. Yeah.
We got Juby up in the house. What's going on, Juby?
Hello. Here I am again.
How?
Let's
Remember
see.
the first time we had you on, Juby, and you're like, "Hello, everybody." Kinda like that.
Hello, everybody. Forrest Gump.
Hello, everybody.
We need
And
a sound
then,
clip of you
OC.
pretending to be
Yeah.
Judy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And then today we have a surprise guest host as OC Can't Stop. What's going on, OC? Long time. I think this is your first episode this year.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
meant to get on last week, but I think I just kind of passed out. Like, I want to have a better excuse, but I just passed out. Like,
Oh, I don't know if anybody could have slept through last episode because we had Dark Aurora on, and that
that checks
raided
out.
the server. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it was
Raided the
a
ser-
pretty good episode. Yeah, we
Shit.
had a server raid.
For that show,
last week.
I kind of
Wait. So that means you have to ban
pass
yourself
out
now?
when I'm doing.
Yeah, we have to ban
Yeah.
ourselves now.
Wow.
Yeah,
100% have to ban ourselves.
There it is, boys. That's it of the episode.
That's it.
it happens a couple times a year. Let's say that. So yeah, last week was a banger. A lot of people, we had a lot of good feedback and stuff on that as well, and the YouTube comments kind of show that as well. So people enjoyed that. Had a decent amount of views too for those that listen and watch on the YouTube. So right
Yeah.
on. Yeah, it was a good episode.
I
so,
also got like a few people sending DMs about the last episode. Like, thank you, very good episode, very good.
Yep.
Like,
I think we
it
have
gives us
record
like,
highs on our
motivated.
YouTube side. Yeah, record highs on the YouTube side for views on the videos anyway. All year long so far, all of them have highs compared to where we were in 2024 normally. We normally have somewhere between, 250, 350 on YouTube. Now it's almost 500 watch videos.
Yeah, and I can also, if they ask like something about like, Yubi, how many views do you have? Then I say, I kind of count these views also to my collection.
resume.
If I need to say something, yeah.
Yeah, so
But, yeah.
for those that listen, the only benefit really of the YouTube is you get to watch the on-air chat as to like what we're seeing, so like when Taylor just randomly answers a question from somebody on the on-air chat, then you actually get to see the question that's asked, or him making a comment. Typically it's like screenshots and photoshops and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I did have
Yeah.
some feedback from the last episode where some of our Photoshop content that we post in the on-air chat, I had made a new channel on a Discord. So after the show, we'll post the images that we share with the audience into that channel. So you can refer back to the Discord and just see just that and kind of eliminate a lot of the chatter that goes in between, because I had some feedback on that and I was like, okay, that's a pretty good idea. Just have them all in one spot so people can refer back to them easily. So
I do like that ship skin. That's
Archer
full. I like
giving
that ship
his-
skin a lot. Can we get boobies on the sides of our bombers? I mean, that's fantastic. And name of the ship B-52. I mean, yeah, let's go for it. And by the way, Reaper, I think there's people that always do this every show. And this is a little house cleaning before we really get rolling here. If you are talking in the chat room for the actual like live podcast stream and you're not chatting on the on-air chat, which is here, then you're missing the on-air. That's the actual on-air chat. That's the on-air chat that gets recorded. That's what people are going to see when they see the live feed. Here, Agnes. So make sure you're talking there
Also-
on-air chat.
Sorry, is that
Yeah,
DDR
on
back
the
on the
on-air
server?
chat.
yes, that is.
Yeah, DDR.
We'll have him on. We'll have him on later in the show. He's already trying to
Nice.
get up here to speak, but we have a schedule we're going to try and
Bro, today's gonna be amazing.
work with here.
Oh, you
All
have
right.
no idea.
So today, we're gonna go over the official game announcements. You know, this event update just dropped, so we'll talk everything about that. And these ships that we've been talking about for 2 weeks finally dropped, and of course they didn't put it like anywhere else until we finally got the update. And I was like, oh, so there was going to be ships, and it turned out to be those Guardians. We'll talk about the Eve Echo's Discord AMA for those of us that are banned over there. There's the few questions that were they were pretty interesting, so we'll talk about that stuff. We got some community news. Taylor Rick's gonna bring us a weekend update, as well as some big news this last week with Kraken Alliance and suspension fees and all sorts of stuff. I don't want to spoil everything for later, but we got a bit of community news too. Got some fun stats, and we will close out the show with Mobi Mountain on crack. Like literally every week we add more and more stuff to Mobi Mountain, and this time I added like 3 more slides. So we got a lot of stuff to cover in Mobi Mountain as well, so it's going to be a good segment. And yeah, overall great show. So we got the hosts, and we'll see. After game news, we'll get DDR on and see what he has to say too. I know he's just itching to come on the show and talk with us. I know he is. So after the game news, all that, we'll talk about stuff with him, and we'll kind of just dive right into it. So Taylor, you got the game update patch stuff brought up for the viewers. We can start covering that type of stuff.
Patch note stuff? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Shit. Shit. I should, right? Like, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Here we go. All right, patch notes. It's not going to be in the on-air because it's always just a link. If someone wants to post the honk link that we always use, go for it. Let me make sure this is over here.
We have that beeping sound.
That's from the soundboard.
No,
yeah.
don't worry.
It's from the
It was
soundboard. It's
the
not,
soundboard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
100% from the soundboard.
Oh,
And maybe we have Damon
It
here.
sounded
which
real
is
though,
why
didn't it?
This is all messed up now. I think we have Damon here, so let me fix the...
sounds like a sonar from
he's
like a
someone else.
submarine.
Yeah, no, we don't. Okay. Anyway.
Damon's not in.
Yeah, I see it. Well, the thing got... Anyway. Cool. All right. Updates from July 15th at 0800 this week. It was a 120-minute patch. I think it was a little faster than that, but it's supposed to be a 120-minute patch as always. New content, Guardian Dreads. And if you're like me, I wish they would have just called these fucking things Navy and Fleet issues instead of Bodyguard. Because they're using Guardian and they're using Bodyguard, but they're all bodyguards, but they call them Guardians, and like, just a fucking clusterfuck of names here. But long story short, as the battlefield environment grows grim, the 4 major empires urgently hoped for dreadnoughts to enhance their all-around ability to counter ships of different tonnages. Thus, the Bodyguard Dreadnought, which adapts to ever-changing combat situation, was born. Its features is the ability to additionally equip capital ship close-in defense guns, specifically enhancing defense firepower against multiple small ships. This is basically a HA. I know it's like something else that they called it a CIWS, close-in weapon, whatever, ship, yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. It's a HA, right from EO, and it's incredible, by the way. If you don't have one, go farm loyalty points in Tassie. I have a fleet waiting for you, and they're standing by. So anyway,
I've been shot with those things already.
they're
Like,
amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah, for some reason they hit me for 0 damage all the time.
What are
Like,
you
I
in when
don't
they hit you?
understand. Like,
What are they in when they hit you?
I'm a scepter. I just like do a flyby and then I see like 0 damage, and then I
Well, yeah,
just
if you're
continue.
traversing at like 40 kilometers or 50 kilometers, it's not going to touch you. So what you need to do, Juby,
It's like when I land.
is come to where my
Land at
dread
the
is
gate.
in Tassie, and come land on that gate into MTAC-O, and then just sit there for, I don't know, actually 5 seconds. Don't do a jump to hit the gate. Just
Drink.
warp to the gate, and you're dead.
Okay.
You mean Tazy?
Tassie, Tassie, whatever.
What?
That's
I'm
it.
think I always see Tassie and I think of
That's it.
pasties. I don't know why, but I think of pasties. All right, so it's Tassie. I don't know.
Pasties and
There we go.
pasties.
Yeah, Tazy, tassels, same thing. Okay.
I'll drink to that.
I was about to say today's show is not rated E for everybody, but
No, they're not. But
Yeah.
have I been saying it wrong for 2 weeks? Tassie, whatever. I don't give a shit.
that's actually really
Daisy,
funny.
Nipple pasties, yeah.
But
Anyway.
still, it's the best show for Ivecos. Like, that's
We're not
for
rated
sure.
EE. We're rated EE for everyone. There we go.
Rated EE for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
if we have
like
the sound
even
effect.
Dude,
Eve Online or Eve Frontier does not have this. You have this is only for Ivecos. Unique content for you guys. So respect.
let's just hope that the YouTube thumbnail doesn't pull this dude with the tassels on his nipples,
Why would we hope that?
so we get banned on Eve Echo's Discord.
I'm
No,
hoping for
it'll
it.
be
I'm
that
not
one.
gonna
It'll
lie.
be this one right here with the vegan strip club.
Casa Diablo.
I can if you guys weren't so fast like uploading this, I could do like the thumbnail artwork and shit. But no, it's like instantly uploaded, and here we go.
Yeah, the audience is pretty much they're pretty on
They're pretty
point
quick.
when it comes to this stuff. Yeah.
Yep, they're pretty quick. All right,
All right.
so this is going to be a
Continue
3-hour
on.
show because we're still in the first part of the freaking patch notes. 15
Ripperoni,
minutes in.
boys.
It's okay.
All right, so obviously
It's
there's a
rare
close-in
that you see
weapon.
Yubi in the flesh.
Yeah, I know. There's 3 high slots, and then of course there's the extra 4th slot that is for your close-in gun. So that's nice. And these things are extra beefy, extra tanky. That's why I like to think of them as Navy and fleet issues more so than bodyguards. But they are definitely an upgrade to a dread. It takes a dread to make one of these dreads. If you have skills, if you don't, it takes 2. I don't advise that at all. So if you're building one, you can. Otherwise, you're getting them from boxes. So they got a couple different guns here. They get the fleet close-in defense gun. It's a rapid-fire weapon system mounted on some of the extra large ships used to detect and destroy approaching small ships and fighters. It automatically tracks and attacks targets with the help of smart fire control radar. Yes, these things are fully freaking automated. All of them, including apparently the structure weapons. So there's more than just these close-in defense guns that are going on the dreads, which are versatile fleet, anti-ship fleet, and light fleet close-in gun. These are all close-in guns. There's 3 of them. All of them are obtainable through the Loyalty Point store, or you can just buy them via the boxes. Hence why you should come to Tazy. Is that right? Tazy? Okay. Hence you should come to Tazy and try to farm loyalty points there. As I said, fleets are standing by. Then, of course, they have the Alliance close-in defense gun. Anytime you see the word stand up in a module or a fitting, then you know it's for a structure of some kind, Citadel or otherwise, Fortizar or otherwise. And in this case, they have the stand-up close-in defense gun array, the stand-up Alliance close-in defense gun. There's a third one, I'm sure. They don't list it here. I know I bought blueprints for all 3, so whatever. Currently, only the Fortizar is capable of fitting these, fitting one stand-up Alliance close-in defense gun system. It includes 3 modules, universal, anti-ship, and light. So it says only 1. I guess that means eventually the Citadels will get to where they put these on there, but that's kind of fascinating. I mean, pausing a timer with a Citadel at this point, probably not the best strategy.
It probably means that they're waiting. What I view that currently as is if enough of you spend Corp Tech, on the Fortizar tech, then we'll open it for the other stuff after you sunk your resources.
Yeah, afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
It's just use more sniper type fleets. Or maybe
Sure.
just,
Yeah, the range
I don't
isn't
know,
great.
50, 70 kilometer.
Yeah. Well, more than
range.
that. It's got to be more than that. Your standard guns and newts and everything your standard guns are reaching 174 without skills, and your standard newts and webs are reaching 60 some odd. So you're going to want to be 250 plus.
Can be hard for brawl fittings.
Yeah, there's no brawling on it anymore, unless you've already disabled all that or no one's shooting you. So they're not set up for it. But anyway, new skills. Obviously, they put out skills for all of these things. You can purchase and train with ISK. So it's just straight up ISK. There's no Concord skills. It's just straight up buy it with ISK and go. I don't know. Overall, with the gun and the bodyguards, good job. I like it. Anything negative on the bodyguards? I don't see anything negative other than it caused a bunch of blue on blue incidences because it's automatic. And you have to be in a fleet for it not to shoot you. And frankly, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
I see
absolutely
that's
love
a
it.
positive.
I love
yeah, that's
it,
a positive
yes,
because
yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, that's just complete trolling by the devs. And we'll see some more of that today when we cover the AMAs. But I mean, it's just great. It's just fantastic. Oh yeah, I've seen some Scepters die that literally had the kind of stuff in it that is just it makes you say ouch. And so Scepter hauling isn't dead. It's not gone. Okay, this doesn't kill it. This just means you got to think about it a little bit more and or change up how you're fitting your Scepter. You want to think about that a little bit. Like you just can't have a naked Scepter with 3 cargo rigs on it and expect to live at this point. And I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, I'm using the thermal circulation implant on the Scepters and adding all sorts of armor plates and whatever and get it like really beefy. So I recommend that. Maybe I'll do a video about it, but let's see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope it will survive the Lancers.
I hope it gets rid of a lot of cargo hauling, honestly, for Scepter hauling anyway. I hope it gets rid of a lot of that and people just move to jump freighters that we can catch and kill. I'd love that. Yeah, look at that one right there. Oof.
Leave my Scepters alone. Let me keep
It's so good.
Atron. Atron
Yep.
Scepter, the
That's
best,
spicy.
the mightiest. Looks like from some kind of kids
Hold on.
show.
Why
Like,
did it split the exogenous light stack? Oh, because they're different types. Oh, got it. It's the different value ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I've
now
been
we
shot
have
with
the-
these new guns, but haven't died yet.
Yeah. Now we've got the new destroyer that came out. They call it a Loyalist class destroyer. It was supposed to have a different name, i.e. Allegiance, I suppose, in game, although it still says Executioner. So good job, NetEase, on your Q&A updates and checks before you, patch release. It's an experimental destroyer launched by Concord DED, designed to search for pirate bases in dangerous areas and deliver powerful strikes against pirate facilities. No, it's not. The Allegiance adheres to Concord's consistent design philosophy, boosting strong defense capabilities and powerful fire control radar. It blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. It's got agility. It's decent speed. It's not huge speed for a destroyer, but it's decent speed. It's fairly quick. Depends on how you fit it, obviously. And you can pretty much put any gun on it, just like you can any of the other Concord ships. Yeah, it's word vomit troop. I'm just kind of like blah, 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 stop. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Look at that. Executioner, Allegiance.
That's a lot.
Good job, guys. Good job. But it has 4 main weapons and an additional bomb launcher. And those 4 main weapons could fit a large torp or a large missile. So it is a bomber. However you want to... Yeah, it's a spicy burrito, yeah. Or Dorito. No matter how you want to look at it, that thing's a bomber. That is meant to be a bomber. Yeah, look at that sweet shit. Yes, large missiles. Look at that fucker. Maybe it is just large torps. Maybe not large missiles. I always...
Let me check. Are those torps or missiles?
It looks like torps. I don't know. It's probably just large torps.
Yeah,
torps.
It's
large
torps.
Yep. It is expensive. It is a very expensive ship. At this point, do we care? Judging by how many people I've seen buy them and fly them around, I mean, I don't think anybody cares at this point. Yeah, it's
yeah.
a lot of IP.
Judging by how many of them died
God damn.
this last
20 billion.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that.
We have that stat for you, by the way. What is it? 13 executioner destroyers have died since they come out.
13, huh? Not bad in
Only.
4 days. So they can't fit a covert ops cloak. They can fit a Sino generator. So they're just like all the other Concord ships, like the Marshal, like the Enforcer, like the Pacifier. But it's a destroyer and it's a bomber, and I think it's great.
And
it does have a
Sino.
It can fit a Sino, yes, a regular Sino. It doesn't say Black Ops. It just says regular covert ops Sino. Or regular, yeah, it just say covert Sino Sorial Field. So that is the Black Ops. Yep, it can fit it for the slops. Yep.
No slops.
No, it can.
Oh, slops can have it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Slops
Dude,
can have
slop
it.
shit just kills me, bro.
Yep. Oh, I got a story there too. Bombard Tactics module was introduced, and you can put it in the mid slot, and that's what gives it its bomber mode. The rest of the bombers that we have in game, all the frigates, are going to be updated soon to take that bomber, that Bombard Tactics module. By the way, I don't know when, but they've said soon. I think they even said it in the somewhere in one of the announcements. But anyway, all that's available in the market. So those are seeded. The Bombard Tactical module is. And then we have Loyalist Series fighters. These are a bunch of different fighters that look like the Allegiance destroyer or the Executioner destroyer. I'm sure that's going to get fixed. That's so absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so they've got the Guard, which is a light attack fighter, the Iron Guard, which is a heavy attack fighter, and then a lightweight fighter, which is a lightweight Allegiance destroyer. That's a Desi lightweight ship. So those are the three. They didn't put out any space superiority fighters. They just put out attack fighters. The regular fighters, like a Furbolg version, that's the Guard. Iron is a heavy, like a Hot Steel or something like that, or Cyclops. And then, of course, the lightweight Allegiance destroyer is just one of the destroyers for your tubes on a VAC.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the three they put out. And they look okay stats-wise. They don't look like anything super special, but you can also get these from Wayseeker checkpoints and Wayseeker gravitational wave graphs. So they're dropping kind of all over the place. So that's kind of interesting. Then, of course, they're in the home returning festival, so you can just go and try to buy a crate as well. But they are dropping. So, and those grav waves are fairly cheap to get a hold of. Yeah, bomb stats, yeah. On the lightweight ship. All right. Another cool part of the update is the Wandering Dragon Nanocore. A lot of this stuff we'd already covered last week, really. I mean, we kind of knew all this stuff was coming. They released some of it. We got some of it in Photoshop. I mean, a lot of this stuff isn't really full news compared from last week. But yeah, the Dragon Core Nanocore is kind of cool looking. If you haven't seen it in space, it's amazing. It's pretty slick. The Citadel core, though, like the one that Rambo's got behind him, does not appear to actually show anything in space, just inside your hangar. And that actually makes me like it more. So,
yeah, we were curious about that, whether or not there was going to be an exterior aesthetic to it. I haven't seen this yet in anybody's Citadel, so...
Well, if you go look at the skins on the Citadel in-game, like if you just go and take control of your Citadel, go and look at the skins that are available, all of them show the exterior. This one does not.
Oh.
So it doesn't have an
Unless
exterior.
It's broke.
Yeah.
But it seems like
interior,
it seems like it's rather difficult to be able to get this too, because it's not something that you can just outright buy like you were able to do on the last one.
I was bidding for one. Like they're putting them up in the event thing where they come up at the top. Like if you happen to get lucky with opening your boxes during that period, you might get one of those things that's available at the time. Interior paint jobs only. I know. It's all luck based. So 3 of those came up for being available yesterday, and I don't know if all 3 of them got picked up or not. I didn't go back and look at that stat in time to see, because there was like a 13-hour window and 3 were still available. Some are going around, but they're getting close to the 100 bill worth of ISK to purchase at this point, because I've got a bid in on one, and it's like, I withdrew my bid because it's way high. But yeah, help poor Taylor Rick out. I've got a post up on the official Eve Echoes trade channel that I'd like to have one of these. I'd like to buy one, but I'm not spending 100 bills, so I'm poor. So anyway,
I got a waifu POS skin if you want to buy it.
No thanks.
For sale.
Nope.
Damn, nobody wants it. Nobody wants the waifu one
Oh.
anymore. It's not.
Separate interior and exterior event R purchases. Oh my god.
But confirmed indirectly, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Rambo's the
hilarious.
proof right now.
Yeah.
All you have to do to win, and you could be Rambo. Let's just zoom in on Rambo. Look at that right there. That's first place right there, boys. Look
First
at that.
place, yep. So they did put out the reactive implants. These are GUs that go specifically for your tactical defense implant. These are... I can't say that these are well done, and I can't say that these are not well done. From the standpoint of you're not able to really stack things, I think that's good. From the standpoint of they have somewhat of a trade-off a little bit that I can't really wrap my head around if it's okay for that trade-off or if it's just makes me not want to fucking use it. Like, for instance, the sensor dampening resistance. So your sensor dampening resistance goes from 5 to 25%. If you depending on which level you have, but your scan res goes down anywhere from 2 to 10% based on that. Like your trade-off for getting your resistance up at the expense of your scan resolution. I don't know. Now, obviously, for like ship armor and structure adjustments, you get +2 all the way up to +10, and your structure goes down 2 to 10. So you're just trading structure for armor. That's well worth it because you're putting it into your resists if you're an armor pilot, right? I mean... So, yeah, I'll take an extra 10% on my armor for chip in my implant, where all my resists are at. Not quite the same thing on the shield, though. The shield is recharge time. So it's just decreasing the time it takes for your shields to fully recharge. And the larger your shields are, the better that percentage is. So, yeah. I don't know. There's some trade-offs there. Yeah,
sounds
exactly.
good for
B-Town.
like
It's kind of
yeah.
it's kind of iffy. I don't know. Interesting trade-offs there, though. So I mean, all these things make the grid more interesting. So that part's great. They did put out the implant reset like we thought about, and the way that they put it out with these chips that allow you to do it. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. You have to buy some of these chips. Yeah, only a few useful. Exactly. Trupa, I agree. Only a few of them are really kind of useful. The rest, I don't know. But the implant reset is an interesting thing. We talked about this last week. Is it too late? Is it too late for the implant reset at this point? Because remember, every implant that you have, it adds to your base stat of shields and armor automatically. If you go and look at your implants right now, lower left-hand corner, you'll see how much you're adding. So if you take one of these implants that's at 25 above or whatever and rip it out to get all those gold compilers, which, by the way, they give you everything back in gold compilers, which that part's cool. You wind up losing some of those base stats. So is it really is it worth it? You could be losing 2% or more on your base stats for shields and armor.
50% like you get back. That's kind of sick. I don't
the
know.
compiler wise,
So
yeah.
fucking,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so expensive.
Well, you can
right?
get up to 100%
Kinda-
back. You can get 100% of it back if you're using the right extractor.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the orange ones, yeah.
yeah, you need that.
I don't really,
deluxe
unless you're
extractor.
Exactly, Dark Knight.
unless you're really hard pivoting an account, I don't see the benefit for that reason. Because it's like you should
Exactly.
be working to get a bunch of implants to 30 anyways, right? So
Exactly,
unless
yeah.
you're like, for sure, I'm not going to use aerospace on a Titan. You know, if it's something like that, then sure.
Right. Well, even then, if you're flying a super and you no longer need any of your warhead charge implants, because you don't, but you've got warhead charge at 30 or 40,
No, leave it at 30. 30
you'd
doesn't
leave
make
it.
sense to pull out
You'd
30,
leave
that's
it.
stupid.
You'd leave it to get those extra couple of, because those percentages on your shields or your armor for a super is huge from the base, right? 2%'s a shitload. When
Well,
you're
you're
talking
not,
about,
but you're not losing it though because it's clone bound. So you're going to put it into something else. My point is, it should be about pivoting a 45.
well, I guess that's true, because you are going to put it back into, but you are going to put it back into something else. However, don't forget.
That hand clap though, that maniacal. You're like,
If I have
I'm
two
just,
implants,
why can't they make it like it's free?
if I have 2 implants at level 45, that insta buff isn't going to be as high as if I have 6 at level 30.
Okay.
Yeah, it's worth to level up like all the implants to like level 15 or something.
Something.
I have like
every single one.
15% armor
Every
and
single
shield.
one. Yes, every single one.
So maybe I'll use those op boxes that I've had for purple
Exactly,
implants
Megan.
for like ever that I don't use.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
I've
to,
used all my.
Hell yeah.
I have.
You should be trying to get every single implant to 30, bro. If it's on a real account, then like not like a bullshit alt, or you're like an alt character you don't really play a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Even
That's
if it's
right,
for like
OC.
missiles or rails or something I don't use or need to.
Yeah,
want to.
everything.
What's up?
Yeah,
Everything.
it's per level. Per
We have-
level it gives you.
I
Like,
guess.
the low levels
I
are
guess.
easy to get. Yeah.
I'm still
Come on,
Snowflake.
I have
All of mine are
almost
level
all
10.
implants. I have all implants almost to level 15 or something, and I have like 11.6% more armor and shield.
Like especially if it's clone bound, obviously. But what I do is like if it's clone bound, I'll pick the ones that I'm less likely to get as a dormant drop or that I don't want to craft.
Yeah.
If it's not clone bound, then you just see what you have like left to work on. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're not going to use it because you are using it. It's just not the same utilization, right? Like so if you use bombard and aerospace, you can't use them both at the same time on a super, but it might be nice to have both. But similarly, so if you have something else, you 1% on a super is a cap. You're adding a cap to your cap if you're tanked out.
Yeah.
And if you're level 15, you get like 2 slots, and you can kind of carry extra GUs what you can swap, like when you get to your destination. So, like, I have all my GUs traveling that way all the time.
One thing that's really actually interesting too is we talk about power creep a lot, but
Yeah.
from a defense creep standpoint, it's actually really easy right now to have a higher percentage on that page than was possible when implants came out. When they first came out, I think 21.6 was the max possible stats that you could get.
Oh, now it's like
Whereas
30
now-
some odd.
Yeah, now it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, imagine adding a third to almost a half on top of your base stats for your shields in a wyvern or on your armor for a Nyx.
Yeah, like
So-
I'll post one. Well,
All right, next thing on here, there was the new event, the Stellar Clash Wyvern goes from the 15th to the 26th. This participate in the Stellar Clash Soaring Dragon event, earn a chance. Cause this is all. Oh, this is the build event. The build. That's what they call it. So it's mostly PvP, because on the build event side, it's just bodyguards. It's not building of everything. It's just your bodyguards. So they're not counting anything on the builds except for the new dreads. So that's kind of an interesting.
And they got PvP one.
Yeah, they got a regular PvP one, so that's as always. So that's interesting how they did
And then
that.
the build.
We'll see what happens with that build event side. Interesting stuff. But that goes until February 26th. If you want to get into it, good luck.
Is that OC's implants?
And
yeah.
and guess what the rewards
Jesus
are?
Christ.
Court medals and banners.
Court
Sweet
medals and
baby
banners.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Whoa,
that
whoa,
nobody ever
sorry.
gets. Yeah.
I was about to say that the reward is court medals and banners after you fight with Arrow for fucking 3 years. Like that's
Exactly.
the reward.
Exactly.
that you
That's your reward. Yep.
Oh, man.
Epic reward.
But,
No, but
if you
honestly-
if you rank in this event, then you can be in that next Alliance Clash tournament, right? OC, that's really important, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there
just
you
that,
go.
you get to be
Earn
in
a
the
chance
Alliance
to win a
Clash.
Science E.
You get to be in the Alliance Clash, and you also
Actually-
get to be in the parade next year.
Right, exactly. All these things
Sure,
are tied
yeah,
together.
yeah.
It's really
Just think
important.
of all the possibilities. No, but okay, so one thing though, like I know we want to shit on them, but one thing that's cool, it took them only 2 years, but they did listen and they gave us a PvP event that's not cap related. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They did. All right, next thing up, home returning festival store enabled. This is just a store in there for lucky stuff. Dragon Skill Exchange Store, that's part of it. Now, this is one cool part of that, though, is nice DDR. This guy, I swear to God, I can't wait.
My favorite part about everything he's posting is like he's just setting his own bar higher, right?
Oh, God,
with
it's gonna
this
be
level of
epic.
shit talk, he must have some amazing information to share, right?
he has
like
nothing-
he's
yeah.
gonna change.
Yeah.
He's gonna change your real life. Your credit score will jump above 850 once he starts speaking. That's how good it's gonna be.
It's going to be amazing.
I cannot wait.
Yep.
Let's burn through this game news.
Almost
and,
done.
AMA.
Is he coming after all that? Because after weekend update and everything else?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh wait, no, he'll be before the weekend update. How about that? But after the AMA stuff.
Well, we do weekend update before we even do any other community news. That's what I was saying. So
Right.
you can't do
Isn't
him.
the AMA part of
Yeah.
game news though?
Yeah. So we should do him
Okay,
after we get done with
after
the patch.
the
We should
AMA.
do him after we get done with the patch notes here, and before we get into weekend update. It'll be great. It'll be
Just
great.
give him a cutoff.
He's
Tell him
itching to come on.
he has-
We'll
he has
just
10
have him
minutes
on
to
after.
change
this.
everyone's
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
All right. So part of the thing with the Dragon Scales, though, by the way, is you can basically farm for a free nanocore. It's a cruiser nanocore, but it's a free nanocore. It's 400. It's 400 of those Dragon points to get that, and you can get that by farming through the Waste Seeker combat thing and or that event, that special event thing. So it's amazing
pretty
that they're
cool.
giving away a nano. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't have to spend a dime, and you can get a purple nanocore. So
One good takeaway from that is like they kind of like over time you can only have players split their attention on so many things. So we should always expect every year that the bar of what they're going to give away for free will increase. So someone's like, why shouldn't I quit? I can't afford X. Just keep in mind that the free threshold will always increase.
correct. Yeah, and same thing with the Noctis core. That's also free.
Yep.
Which they've already done that
that's
one before,
amazing.
but I think that's great. Yeah, that's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that's
Everybody
yeah.
needs a
What-
fucking Noctis. So
I like that too because like if you have a pro
Oh.
that's not T10, it's like how can I help? It's like bro, let me
Get a
tell you about our
Noctis.
Lord and Savior,
yeah, the Noctis.
Everybody needs a
the
loot.
number one miner in the game, bro. The Noctis too.
Exactly.
I've actually made a few videos about Noctis. It
Sweet.
was called The Life of Noctis Pilot or something like that.
Yeah, post it in the on-air
Yeah,
chat
we
and get
should-
yourself some views right now during the show, Juby.
Nah, I'm just watching Dragon Vipers, Casa Diablo Jubileus. That's really nice.
They did put
I
out
love
the Waste Seeker combat test, which if anybody's done it, it's super easy. It's like the dumbest easy thing ever. Again, you farm a lot of points from that. It's like 32, then 36, then so it's a lot of points per level. There's multiple levels inside it. So it's not just there's three different types, and then there's multiple levels, I think 10 inside of each one. So that's 30 some odd little mini games you can go and play. Quite a bit actually. And you get a lot of points, exactly. It's pretty at 910 for free. Holy shit, that's more than I thought. Okay, I got to go make sure I do that this week.
What
That's a
mini
lot.
game is that?
That's the Waste Seeker one. No loss. It's a no loss thing too.
Oh.
So I mean, like it should. I mean, frankly, it
Okay,
should, for
I
that
need
much
to do that.
for that many Dragon cores, that fucker should be at a loss. I'm sorry if you die in there, too bad. Talk about an ISK sink. That's what they should have done. But oh well. More lucky prize things. This, that. Plex benefits stores back up. 7-day login stores back up. They have a Dragon Dance theme music called Dragon Dance, which I have not heard because I don't play this game with sound on. And then they put in a bunch of balance adjustments. Everything from the Navy issue frigate, the Rifter issues, the Punisher, the Incursus, the Tristan, the Rifter, and all the Navy issue battleships. So decreases in scan resolutions, increases in sensor strength, decreases in sig radius, making them a little tougher on the frigates. On most of the battleships, they were doing things like for the Armageddon, the drone damage was increased by 10%. The drone EHP was increased by 2.5%. The Scorp gets a bonus to its tracking disruption strength and range bonus. Annihilators get bonuses to their effective range, the stasis webifier range, and then their warp disruptor effective range. The Marzio, the damage control activation time reduced from 15 seconds to 12. Fuck you, Netties.
No.
And their sensor strength goes
No.
up by 4.9%, and their capacitor limit goes up. That's good. Salamander's cannon damage was increased from 15 to 16. I have no idea what impact that will have. In fact, it'll have zero impact whatsoever. That's a Dictor. For those that don't know what the Salamander is, that's a destroyer. Who gives a shit? I don't know what the point of that was. Orca repackaging volume changed to 50,000 meters cubed. Again, I have no idea why they'd waste their time on that. And the versatile assault ship, its repackaged volume is changed to 2 million meters cubed. Now, keep that in mind. Remember that when we start going through the AMAs. That's an important stat to note. 2 million meters cubed. Okay? Skills. The training level for a total of 25 specialty skills in shield, armor, drone, gunnery, and missiles has been reduced from 10 to 8. Can someone please explain that? I never went back and looked at what they mean by that, if it was actually patched. What the hell does that mean?
What was the actual wording again? Can you
The
repeat that?
training level for a total of 25 specialization skills in shield, armor, drone, gunnery, and missiles has been reduced from 10 to 8. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I'm not entirely sure either.
T10 to T8. Is that what it means? Ah.
Okay.
They're not
Okay,
T10 skills or T8
Start
skills.
skilling into them.
Geez, all they were
Okay.
missing there was a T, and it would have made perfect sense the first time I read it.
That's too hard.
Too hard.
T's are too hard.
Too fucking hard.
I mean, I'm glad. This is why I'm glad we have audience participation because, man, I was sitting there like, bro.
Totally threw me for a loop. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Barrick. Okay, construction. Sciences got cheaper to build. Lucent Moons got cheaper to build for all of the faxes. They reduced the number of damage holes you need, so that got a little cheaper. Increased on those from 40 to 50. IS cost increased on those. The number of damage holes for carriers increased decreased from 75 to 50. The average cost slightly decreased. Yeah, so that's about a wash really on the faxes. But I think they're trying to make the Lucent Moon more prevalent from a building aspect of it. Hey, NetEase, just a hint. If you want people to build Lucent Moons, don't put them in boxes.
Pro strats, bro.
Yeah. Cosmic anomalies. In the advanced laboratory series missions, the chance of encountering Science enemies is increased. The chance of them dropping damaged souls is increased. In the gravitational wave graph series, cosmic anomalies, the chance of obtaining advanced salvagers is increased by approximately 25%. Everybody is hot for the salvagers. Everybody's hot for the salvagers.
Nobody ever puts a
The
price
new
on them because they want
the-
like the highest price.
Integrated.
Yeah, the integrated, yeah. For those Noctuses,
Yeah, I've seen one
that they're giving,
go
the cores are
for-
giving away.
Yeah, I've seen one go for 45 billion in Ita, the new one. I was like, I would
See,
like
I just
that,
asked-
but it's
I just asked Captain Bobo.
really
I
expensive.
said, "Hey, pick me up a couple of those
Yeah.
new integrated salvagers off your off the kill mails you get, and he'll hook me up."
yeah, we
So,
can try.
This next one is a big change. A couple of these are a big change. Okay, way bigger than I think people realized on the patches. And the best things on the patches sometimes are these one-liners that have huge consequences. On structures, Capsuleer Scout Outposts, low slots +2, and it can now also be fitted with Resource Extraction Management Center. So, Scout Outposts go into drone lands. You can now put REMs on those. This is fantastic for those of us who love to go and kill outposts in drone lands. They are worth more now. They do not collect Cobalt Edge PI. They collect regular PI. There is no farming of CE
Great
PI
change.
from the planets. It's regular PI. There's no value to that whatsoever, except, and I don't see it here, but I know it. Oh, yeah, here it is next. This is the next cool thing. Gravity Trap Capture Device. You can now initiate scanning and capture cosmic signatures without occupying sovereignty. All structures. Default reinforcement. Yeah, that's a different one. So, the gravity traps. Whether you want to spawn these for a compressed mining site, a condensed mining site, or an NDS, a regular old NDS. Either one of those two can be fitted on any outpost at this point, not just the Capsuleer Scout outpost, and you can press that button and run them right there. So you don't have to be in SOV to run those. That's an amazing change. It's an amazing change. They did buff the Advanced Resource Extraction Management Center again. So +1 mining array went to 2, and the cargo hold for them is increased as well. I think they were always SOV bound in the first place, B-Town. I thought they were always SOV bound. You couldn't put them on. I'm like 99.999% sure that you could never put the gravity wave, like the blue and the red, you'd put on an outpost. It has to be in SoV up until this week. It's always been you have to put it in an outpost that's in SoV.
You might be right. I'm not sure about that.
I'm 100%. I'm like 99.999.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never used them, so yeah, you're probably right. I mean,
I'm very, very confident. Very, very, very confident.
Still don't know what the difference is. Difference is with the REMs and REMs.
The REMs or the AREMs. The AREMs are so damn expensive, but it does increase the amount of mining you're doing out of your outpost. So your PI income goes up.
Get more juice.
Yeah.
I think that's a bait for them putting stuff out. I think they want to, because you're not going to have ROI before the new content comes out. They want you to bring
your ROI is like 3 fucking years.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Yep, you don't need more Artifact. You needed SoV for NDS and CNDSs, and now you don't. Yep, it's amazing. Cool. Sheev's here. How's it going?
They're going to change.
That makes a big difference. I mean, because now you can think of going and hitting outposts in places like, I don't know, Stain or the Great Wildlands is way more worth it than it was before if they've got those kinds of things to drop. Same thing with if they're there going to run. If you've got a group of 4. See, this is good on 2 levels. It's good for those small groups like of people. Right. They don't want to be in a nullsec alliance. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They like to do their AI ratting in the high sec islands, but they want to have some spice of nullsec, and they want to get some of these things out of nullsec without having to drop SoV somewhere. If they can put a pause down somewhere without it getting shot and lost, they'll put up one of these things and try to run NDSs, and guess what? Now we have some really nice farmable content inside of Great Wildlands and Stain. Or Venal. So, yeah. Like that.
Well, I would imagine, too, because you're going to see a lot of SoV changes when the new mechanics come out this year, right? Because we're getting the equivalent of trigs, so you're probably going to see a lot of patchy spots with SoV or people getting creative. So the fact that you can have that, today it's a buff, but tomorrow it might mean that you can keep doing what you're doing outside of the SoV in what used to be your SoV.
They've made a change on ranks. Ranks and merits no longer be cleared upon leaving the militia, but they will be cleared after joining another faction. So you do get your. So if you're in Galente and you got 200,000 merit points and you leave Galente, you still have your 200,000 merit points, but you lose those if you go and join a different faction. That's what that's about. Corporation missions and store are now available to use, even if tech level is below 7, available 30 days after joining. So all of your tech, so your new bros, tech 4, tech 6, whatever, can now use corporation missions and store as long as they've been in the corp for 30 days. So that's a good change. That's a good change.
Yeah.
It's good for new bros. So it takes 30 days, but at least you can start to help them out with missions. So that's good. And the store feature. Because that means you can actually sell a new bro something pretty cheap after 30 days. So, well, you could anyway on a contract, I suppose. But then again, it gets back to the Omega side of things and everything else. It's just nice. Another big change was the Alliance sustention fees, and then of course the sovereignty side of the sovereignty thing. We haven't discussed this part of it because I think that was a new one they threw on us. That was this week, wasn't it? God, it's been forever. Really, that was this week?
Yeah, that was new to this week. Yeah.
Man, what a long effing week. Holy shit, that feels like...
It seems like
it feels like a year ago. It feels like... It literally feels like that was last week that they did this. Not this week, but my God. There's been no end of drama in Silent Fed. Anyway, so 0 to 30 systems, no additional fee. 31 to 40 systems is 10 million per system. 41 to 50 is 20 million per system, and it keeps going up from there. To the point, and I think someone has this in I put this in our staff chat right before we started. If someone could throw that in there. Actually, I can because that's the end of the patch notes. We don't need to.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I got it.
It's in our patch notes. We can go put it over there real quick and look at what one particular alliance now has to pay every week. That's AOS, by the way. That's AOS specifically. 59.2. Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
221 SoVs for 59.2 billion ISK per week. Yikes. Yeah, how about them bills?
Yeah, I think what happens when you kind of go bankrupt? Do you lose the SOV and all the structures,
No, you
or is it
It,
just a minus?
you
it
lose the
depends
alliance.
if you. Yeah, it depends. Like if it's the like the corp. Like if it's a Diplo bill, it's different. If it's Diplo, you lose standings. If it's a SoV bill you can't pay, your alliance goes into arrears and it shows that and everyone can see it. If you don't pay that in a week, then everyone's sad.
Yeah.
So what's funny about this is this comes out of the parent corp of the alliance, right? Just comes right out of their wallet.
The executor corp, yes.
Yeah, the exec corp.
Yep.
Yeah. So they got to have that money.
Every week.
Oh man, this
every
is
single
every
week. Now here's the fun thing about that.
Oh, boy.
You cannot mule inside of 7 days now.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So unless they contract it and then take the loss, it's gonna hurt a lot of these bigger.
No, it's 7 days. It's 7 days
alliances.
beat-down because once you're in a corp for 7 days, you can deposit into a wallet. You can't pull, but you can deposit.
Yeah, you need to wait 3 weeks.
Moving things from one place into another is easy to do on the deposit side. So if you're pushing everything into one corp, then you can do that within 7 days. If you need to hurry it up, you just have 2 different tunes doing it, I suppose. But then you're looking at, you can do one every 3.5 days if you want to look at it from that standpoint. You cut that time in half with multiple tunes, which of course they can do. Yeah. Well, that's a full mule cycle so 39 days total for a full mule cycle if and only if they're doing it via missions and they wait that timer out. That's correct.
Tax evasion, basically.
So all you need to really get around that, to make it palatable on a week-to-week income basis, to cover the $59.2 billion for your sovereignty bill, is 39 accounts or whatever that is. Maybe 1/7 of that, right? So that's what, 6-7 accounts. It's 6-7 accounts. Like, that's all it is. And then you have your money coming every day, every week anyway, once a week, and you're good. That's it.
Yeah, rotation.
And I don't know which NetEase SRP you're talking about there, Bacon, but I'm sure they got NetEase SRP for the Fortizar we blew up.
Yeah, they're probably crying pretty bad. Yeah.
Yep. So, okay. That is it on the patch notes. That is it for the sovereignty side of it, with the alliance changes on the SoV bill. I think as it goes up, it needs to escalate, so it's even more. Like when you get, like, there needs to be a higher, like that 221 is still that increment of 10 on top of the last 10, up and up and up. And I know that 59 billion sounds like a lot, but if they really want to break up large alliances, there's one right there that can obviously handle it.
Yeah, but keep in mind their current approach is to add taxes incrementally of different types. So what that does, it gives you more choice in what you're paying for, right? So like when they add that stuff that's basically like Triglavians, what they're doing there is like, so right now you're taxed on your membership count and then separately taxed on your SOV count. When you add that other one, you're adding a labor tax instead of just an IS tax.
Yeah.
And that's important because labor has a maximum speed it can move at. ISK does not. ISK has infinite velocity.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. We know they have more changes coming on the Alliance side of suspension fees and everything else. So we know they want to kind of condense things down to 15 corps in an Alliance, not 20. So we'll see we'll see how long they go before they make yet another change. The numbers of sovereignty thing was definitely a shock and a surprise. So. All right, that's it on patch notes. Ready for the next thing, which is what? DDR interview?
I think we're going to have DDR on.
Yeah, let's get him on. DDR interview starting now.
Timestamp.
Yeah, I got to timestamp it, yeah. So.
All right, DDR. I invited you.
There he is.
My God,
Come
I'm
on,
ready,
man.
dude. Dude, our lives are about to be changed.
Oh, he's got a soundboard.
Okay, we can stop this.
All right, what do you want?
Wow.
I want to
It's
first, guys. Finally, we passed
You what?
forward part. I have two questions for Silent Federation leadership and Silent Federation diplomatic part. We,
Wait, you don't have any
all,
content to share? Your content is questions?
bro, give me sometimes.
Sorry, you don't have
I'm
any
first
content.
there.
Your content
You
is
every
questions?
week sit here, so you have a lot time for talk some stuff. Not interesting.
All right, ask your two questions. Go for it. I'll answer. Go for it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mute. I can't, bro.
We all understand situation in map. We all understand AOA is problem, but how it happened? I have answer, but I want make attention for this question too. Why AOA is problem right now? My answer in past, in first big war, when Krapko attacked Silent Federation. Why it happened? Imagine
Okay.
Silent Federation in past.
Do you want me to answer that,
It's
or what? Are you going to talk for like 20 minutes and then I answer what? So you've asked the
no,
question.
no.
Let me
I
answer
talk
you.
very fast. No, I talk very fast.
Okay.
I just won't say why it happened.
Okay.
When Krapko attack Silent Federation, they all server considered destroy Silent Federation. Why? Because Silent Federation have stupid leadership. I mean MGD. Its first moment, because Silent Federation listen some idiots, I mean run, because Silent Federation have stupid diplomatic part in their federation. It how can happen? All allies join in war against Silent Federation and
Which they
destroy
lost.
them.
We're still here. Everybody else is dead. Continue.
Yes, but it's a different moment. You still here, but actually we have a lot problems with it.
Right, because it's my job to fix all the problems on the server. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yes, and actually I think it's not your job, bro. I can say it later. Next moment, I don't understand how MGD lost all his allies in map. How it can happen? How he
Lost all of his
it.
allies. Lost all of his allies. Really? Okay. Well, first of all,
It's
what
first
allies?
moment.
What fucking allies?
In past, bro, already in past. Silent
Since when have we ever
Federation
wanted
already
allies?
understand.
Since when has Silent
Give me a
Federation ever wanted allies in the first place? We're a
Give me a
PvP
minute.
organization. We're here to go shoot people. That doesn't make allies. Our diplomatic position is we shoot first and ask questions later. If you want Diplo, you're going to do it at the barrel of a gun. That's never changed. Why would we? What are you talking about allies for? Clearly, we didn't need very many.
But
We got one
why you-
ally. We
why
got
you
one
guys
ally
in
out of the
today?
CC
Why
war,
you
and that's
guys?
Trog. Like,
You PvP organization, okay, no problem. But why you guys in today ask about help with AOA?
I've never asked anybody for help with AOA. Are you? What are you smoking? I've never asked anybody
I'm not
with help for
talking,
AOA.
You guys really found new allies for join in new coalition against AOA.
Which
Because
coalition is that?
You guys understand.
Which coalition is
because
that?
you guys understand you can't do it solo. And
I
when
beg
you
to
did
differ.
it,
I'm willing to bet I can do it solo. I don't need anybody's
Taylor,
help.
when you did it, when you found new allies, you can't did it because you
So-
say I
Sorry,
want
are
to
these
make
questions
new
the only
allies.
content you have? That's
You
my only
can't-
question.
I think
New
it is. It's
Is
the
this
only
it?
content he has. These are his questions.
DDR, just one question for
DDR.
me, bro. Is this the only content you have? Is these questions?
Yes,
like
it
real
is.
question, bro.
No, actually,
Do you have
I
actual
still have yet
content?
to hear the question.
I won't join in this voice for say Iran is idiot and for say the MGD is stupid. I already make my work.
Okay.
Yeah, I also think MJD is stupid. He kicked me from the Echoes, Eve Echoes Frontier
guys,
server. Like,
If
yeah,
you ask any
fucking
person,
stupid
if you
man,
ask any
stupid.
person in this game who have
Today is
personal
just fucking
message
full
with
lift off, bro.
MGD, he can say MGD is nice guy when he talk with him 1 minute. When he talk with him 5 minutes, he can say MGD is disabled. because in first minutes he like angel, but when we pass 4 minutes he already like retarded, and it's problem.
We have so many
Yeah, he
soundboard
kicks you
clips
right
after this,
away.
dude.
Yeah, I
Brutal,
know.
man.
I know.
DDR,
Anyway,
do you have
one
any
moment
actual
and
questions?
you guys can continue. One moment and you guys can continue.
But do you have any actual
When
content, or is it
Silent
just these questions?
make when Silent won't make new coalitions, why Silent attack Void? Why Silent attack Meow? Why?
Why
If
did
they
Silent?
won't
Okay, okay.
together.
So here, I'll answer some of these questions. Okay, I'll answer some of these questions. What was the first one again? I don't know. 20 minutes have gone by now. What was the just real short? What was the first question again? I'm being honest. I'm trying to think. Seriously, what was the actual first question? Slowly, what was the first question?
First question: why in first war, Silent Federation waste all his allies in map?
Why did we
And
waste
fight
all of our
solo
allies
against
on the
all
map? What
servers.
allies? When the server war started, what allies did we waste?
And the next question: if you want to make a big coalition against AOA, because we're very strong, and fact you can't even win if we make it today.
AOA is a
Because
paper
only
tiger. I
two
don't need a
regions
coalition.
have 100 peoples. Two regions have half 100 peoples, and half. No, I said wrong. Two regions have half thousand peoples and half 100 super capitals. Only two regions. How you can win this monster? It's impossible. Solo and
You're
with
right.
all
It's
servers.
impossible. Sure. Okay.
And
One
we
by
You're
feel-
one.
wrong. But I mean, that's
Your
all I can tell
Silent
you is you're
Federation-
wrong. I mean, that's just. Keep going.
And we feel your Silent Federation politics is very strange. You want new friends. You want new friends.
I just don't even-
What you
like-
did? You attack your friends.
You are
Why
different
you
than
attack
me.
Void?
That is my
Why
observation.
you
What
Meow.
friends did I attack? Are you talking about Meow? When was
I'm
Meow a
talking
friend?
about
When was
Void
Meow
and
an
Meow. Why you
ally?
attack?
When was I ever friends or allies with Meow? When was Silent ever whatever allied with Meow? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you mean by allies? I'm sorry.
Oh,
We
I
came and
asked
shot you
you
guys
why
up and
you
ripped apart a
attacked
bunch of your
Big
outposts
allies.
and you're salty. I guess that's what it is.
Why you attack big allies who yet not considered
Which
join
ally?
AOA?
Which ally?
You have chance.
talking about
you have
Meow?
chance make great
I don't
allies.
know. It's fun. Do I need a reason? I don't need a reason. But I mean, like, really,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Sorry, I just want to understand. Is this Meow being sad they got picked on by Silent?
I
Is
think
that
that's
really
what
what's
this
happening in
is.
real
I
life?
think that's what this is. Yeah.
Like Meow is playing the victim right now? Is that what's happening?
I guess.
For real?
Yeah. Picking on small
I'm just
alliances.
hap-
I guess
Well,
that's
I'm
what
just
he's
happy
mad
I was
about.
playing.
DDR.
I'm just happy I was playing the game to hear this shit. This is amazing.
I mean, do you not remember what happened to the rest of the CC coalition at the end of that when all that was falling apart at the end of the actual CC? When Meow just went and rolled over everybody tiny, including Trimark up in Quirius, just rolled over everybody through that whole region, and no one did anything. No one gave a shit. Those were your allies.
No, I
Are you
think you
asking
don't
me why I've
understand.
turned my back on allies that I don't even have to
No, I
begin
think
with? And that's what
don't
you. I mean, what
understand.
are we talking about?
change. You try change my question. First
changed this
moment.
question, okay.
My question is why you shoot your potential allies.
Which I'm sorry. When the fuck has Meow? You guys didn't even really show up for the CC war to begin with against Silent Fed. So, why would I think of you guys as an ally against AOA? Explain that one to me. Where did it come about that you thought we were potential, air quotes, allies with Meow? Because I mean, from all my conversations with Hero In, he's always had nothing but a nasty attitude to me. I mean, when I first came in as executor, I sent him a DM and said, "Hello, how are you?" And basically, I got to fuck off. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, cool.
Boom, roasted.
I mean, when he started walking supers through Pureblind in my back fucking yard, you thought I was just going to sit here and be like, yeah, okay, cool. We're potential allies. Gotcha. Why do you think we took Cloud Ring away from him?
But what LC you have? You don't have any choice. You understand?
Don't have
me?
any
You
choice.
just
You're
solo
right. I
in
got
North.
no choice.
You
I got
just
no-
solo in North. What you can beat LC?
I can't beat what?
You
Right.
you can watch
DDR.
how many people have AOA and how many capitals have AOA.
I
What
don't
you
care
can
how
beat
many
that
fucking capitals they have when they don't know how to use them, and they don't even load multiple bays of fighters, and they. I mean, it doesn't matter how many they have.
If
It
it's
really
not
doesn't
matter.
if they don't know
What
how
is
to use
matter,
them.
bro?
It doesn't.
No, right. If it's no
If you
matter,
think it's really that big of a, if you think it's really that big of a problem, and it's like I should be scared about it, then go tell them to take 150
You're not
supers
scared
and come
about
park them
that.
in
You need to think
VFK or
about
something and try
that.
to walk through Declan. I'll have a blast. This will be great.
No, bro, not need scared. You of course can have no fear against Allah. I not talk about that, but you need to think about how you can win. You can't win right
Think
now.
about how I can win. You're right. Master strategist here, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't thought at all for an entire year
Yes.
about how to
And
fight
I have a new question.
Okay,
It's
go ahead. New
about
question.
Yoda.
Go for it. New
It's
question.
about Yoda.
Yeah, go for it.
Why
Ask
he
me about
quite
Yoda.
silent?
Why did he
Why
quit
he quite
silent?
silent Federation?
That's
Can
a
I just
question you
interrupt
got to
for a
ask
second?
him. I have no idea why he finally decided to quit.
I have
He and
an
I were
idea.
talking, and we were all good. He'd gotten his FC roles back on our leadership server. He posted up a thing on Pan's Discord to everybody to vote for a new CEO, and it wasn't him. He took that off. He just put up like 6 other guys that he thought could be good leadership for Pan, and he was going to put that to a vote. Pei came in and talked to him a little bit and tried to calm him down. At that point, he handed CEO over to Mr. Pei to win. Those screenshots are floating around as far as how that conversation went with between the two of them. And Joda basically just decided, you know what, I'm kind of done with this, and I don't really care to do it. You know, he basically put himself into a corner, kind of made himself look silly. And I feel bad because I love Joda. Don't get me wrong. I love Joda to death. If he was going to want to come back right now, I would do everything I could to get him back into Silent. And get him going again, running fleets and having a good time. He's a fantastic FC. He's a lot of fun to play with. And I do miss him. I wish he was back. But he made his decision to quit. And he doubled down on that decision when he decided to keep the Wyvern in his hangar and then delete his accounts. He didn't contract that Wyvern to anybody. That Wyvern didn't go out as one of his ships he gave away. He kept it in his hangar, which is a Fed property. It was built by the Fed, and it was paid for by Mr. Pay to Win. That was JD's original super that he was flying around. And a lot of that money and a lot of all that came from Pay to Win's wallet, Corp wallet, Game wallet, Alliance wallet, physical. I have no idea, but I mean, that was paid for by the Fed, and that was paid for by Mr. Pay to Win. So he decided to big fuck you, leave it in his hangar, and delete his account. So
bro, I have my
you
sources.
tell me your sources. You're right. I wasn't there. You're right. I'm wrong. Go ahead. Tell me your real sources. Go for it.
Very good because it's new language for me and a little hard
for
communication with
you.
For it. But actually, it's going as well. I think my 2 sources said me one story about Yoda. What happened? Yoda have conflict with MGD. They say MGD support one girl in Corporation Yoda. In conflict small, about planetary resource, about capitals, little conflict.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Kirill, Ko, and Pride MGD. MGD, please help. Yoda won't kick me because I won't transfer my poses. And MGD write Yoda and said, why you attack little girl? It's my source.
She's on the executive team, by the way. That's Cleo you're talking about. She's on the executive team, and he was kind of bullying her, and I told him that, and he apologized to her. I put a fine on Pand when he kicked her from Corp, and I said, you're going to pay $1 billion a week until you bring her back into a Corp, or you apologize to her. Something. You got to do something, Joda. And he agreed. I've got screenshots of our texts with one another, our DMs. If you want me to put them up, I'll do it. I've got our back and forth where he said, "I'm sorry. You're right. I was wrong. I didn't realize that I was." He didn't realize he was being like that. See, this is something that people don't remember about Joda. He is an immigrant into the U.S. English is not his first language. He speaks like 4 of them. Okay. So sometimes things get lost in translations when people are texting with one another. So this is something I'm saying like on Joda's benefit. He didn't realize what he was doing was bullying until after the fact when he realized when he was able to kind of calm down and think about it. So
miscommunication because Yoda speak more than
you can call it a miscommunication if you want.
He do not understand what happened with that girl, yeah. But why in message MGD said I removed you from Silent Federation?
No, he didn't remove Joda from silent. He
But
did.
he said.
He did.
He said and Joda left.
No. Joda
Yes,
never left. He might have
yes, I
eventually.
have-
He
I have
eventually.
seen-
Yes,
I
he
have seen
eventually
so.
left Pand. Yes, he eventually left Pand after he handed over CEO to Mr. Pay to Win. But he removed himself. Nobody kicked him. He removed himself. So I hate to break that to you. He
Yeah,
removed himself.
I would like to
Well,
note
I
that
don't
this is old
execute
news by DDR, by the way. This
Executive
is
100% old news,
saying,
yeah.
I removed you from Silent Federation. He just understand it and he just
Cool.
choice left herself and it all. So what is mean? You have FC, Fleetcom, who have a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
And what make your old leadership? He just take and removed him.
No, nobody removed him. He removed himself.
And you said you love Joda, but
I do.
you did nothing. Yes.
Oh, I most
yes,
certainly did.
You did
I
nothing.
most certainly did.
You
I
take
just told you what I
neutral
did.
position,
I just told you what I did.
and he quiet.
I just told you what I did. And Joda and I were fine. It's when he decided to go ahead and delete his accounts and leave the Wyvern in his hangar and not turn it back in. That's I mean, sorry. Yeah, at that point, relationship's over.
But bro,
He can
if
fix it if
you
he wants to, but that's his
federation
choice.
leader, if you federation leader, you lead. How MGD who not lead federation? How
JD did not make any decisions on
popular
any of this here. He got
from
involved
Silent
because someone was
Federation.
bullying Cleo, another person on our exec team. At that
How
point on
guy?
that day, he stood back and got uninvolved. Once he got me
How
involved
guy?
with it, that he was done. What more do I need
How
to?
guy who
How
waste
what?
all his
Excuse me?
diplomatic work? How guy who waste all his diplomatic work in Silent Federation still rule Silent Federation?
JD doesn't
Who
rule
are
Silent
you,
Federation.
Tyler?
What part of that are you not understanding? Is he around?
How
Is he on
he-
the server? Does he
if he know-
advise?
if
Of
he
course he
know-
does. The
if-
guy's
This
smart.
is some real
If he
top
know
tier
rule right
sourcing
now-
I
I
swear to
know.
God, this is a
no
waste
rules
of
right
fucking
now.
time. I know.
This
How
is
he
like-
remove Joda?
Unbelievable.
This is there's no. I'm so glad that you guys let him on the top because this
This pops
This
the
is a-
balloon
this is a-
if he's got
this is-
something
I
instantly.
know.
Yeah.
I was actually, can I tell you, I actually really thought there was going to
Yeah.
be like something that was like well, we didn't know. Then maybe there's a different. I didn't think it was going to be this. This is
Okay.
hot takes all day, bro.
DDR.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I
It's
am,
his hot take. Yeah.
DDR, I'm happy to have you on. I'm appreciative that you're my biggest fan. But in past months,
Yes,
you know,
I've read.
used to have
I've
your
read
your
in personal message you
anti-news
every
Discord.
day. I've read
Yeah,
you every day.
DDR messages me every day, and I haven't blocked him. So
But
yeah,
you
he's very
won't
consistent.
join again my Discord. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I banned you twice. Yes.
So,
if
I
you
wanted to
say,
have you on so you could promote your new anti-news Discord. So
Bro,
I was going to ask
please
you about
join
that.
right now.
Now I
Please
joined
join
your
right
previous Discords, and you continuously kick me and ban me off of your Discords. And so I just joined on
now. I'm not
Alts.
kick you.
I joined
I'm
on
not kick
characters
you.
that
I
you don't
banned-
even know.
I banned you twice, not kick. Banned you twice. First time
Okay,
for fun.
sure.
Second
And then you
time,
go over to the Eve
the
Echoes
game
Discord
was
and you slander my name over there, saying it's funny.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. If you get a kick out of it, that's cool. Whatever. I don't need to be on your Discord. But you made this new Discord of anti-news, and so I'm kind of curious as to what news you're describing as anti-news.
This new Discord, it's just need for game. Game have no normal propaganda. Game have no guy who can make real news. You guys sit here and talk only about Silent Federation and some board update. It's really bored. Sorry guys, I'm not from Silent Federation. Maybe maybe it reason why this podcast so bored. Maybe it reason I don't understand.
I used to be from Void and also from Kraken. I used
Juby, you may be from
like
Void.
1
You
year.
may be from Void, no, but last half years you sit with them every week.
Oh no, that's horrible, isn't it? It's really
Yes.
horrible to have Diplo
Yeah.
and talk and like try to like make friends in this game, right? It's just horrible. It's totally horrible. It's horrible to talk about all the things we talk about for the last 1 hour and 14 minutes before you came on that had absolutely nothing to do with silent, but yet we sit here and talk all about silent. It's amazing. Okay,
Apparently.
let's be done and move on to the next segment before we because
All right,
our brain
DDR,
cells are
I have
literally
one more
dying
question.
at the moment.
Yeah, I get it. DDR, I have one more question for you. When we had our debate episode with the Alliance executors, these weren't people that were just random people that we picked off the street. These actually happen to be rather known persons. But according to you, they are nobodies, and we should have had you on instead. Do you want to indulge me on that as to why we should have had you instead on talking
I
about actual
understand
game
you
issues?
well. I understand you well. Maybe you think executor it's some special people, but I don't think it's like very special people. No, they make mistakes. They make dumb mistakes, like MGT, like Ran,
Like
and
Run.
others.
Oh yeah, Run's an idiot too, right? Is that correct, DDR?
You know why I hate Ran? Because first war start Ran. I remember it well. You know, Kult
I
speak
like
on
Run
Russian.
more than MJD.
Kult speak on Russian, and we have with him a lot conversation. Good conversation, not like here, not like with you guys, because my English not a lot for conversation normal with you guys. But anyway, when we talk with Kult said, this war won't start Run. Okay, Run won't start war against Silent Federation. And with it, in the time, we already understand. AOA is already strong. But why we go right now and destroy Silent Federation? In the time, I am a VLT member. I left VLT when talked with Kult. Kult said I won't destroy Silent Federation because I hate them. It's his words. I left it for join Silent Federation, for help Silent Federation in that time.
You joined
I joined
CRB.
UF.
You joined CRB.
No, I joined UF. You can ask CMGK. I joined UF and become FC in UF, and I destroy in Cloud Ring for Citadels, for Silent Federation.
Okay.
If you don't know.
Because we're stupid and we don't know what we're doing. Gotcha.
So, question. Sorry, I gotta interrupt real quick. Do you want to like put like a time limit on this one, and then maybe invite him back for the 20 minutes another day, and then like finish the actual stuff? Just because this doesn't.
Yeah, we do
really
have other
be-
stuff we need to talk about.
we do.
You know what I mean?
All right.
We
Wrap
can
it
have
up,
another. We
DDR.
can have another like meme edition, right? But like maybe
Okay,
finish the real stuff and then.
last moment about Ran and it all. I go. When Ran make that war, he understand how he's stupid because he have a Chinese guy from XNO. He call it Phoenix or Fire, something like that. He understand if war is continue, AOA just take all his Chinese guys. All that Ali, Phoenix or Fire, I don't remember currently how it. And in war, no please stop, change side. They said, okay, you guys make big flop, we go join Silent Federation for help. If you retards already start war and already waste all that you can waste, why you change side and go join Silent Federation in end? When already is no, it no help Silent Federation. It can't help him. And it's mistake why is away now very strong and why all allies, not only Silent Federation, I mean Void, I mean PRR, all that Kraken, I mean Meow too. They all suck. They can't do nothing because AOA already rule all map and they rule. They not sit in their regions and did nothing. They rule all map because Run idiot retard.
Sorry, did you say so who's the idiot? You said.
Run.
Run.
Sorry, you just saying. So you said.
And
I
he's
just want to make sure I
especially
understand.
salty
We
against
blame
Run.
Run for
No,
this.
But I just want to confirm. So Run is an idiot, right? That's your.
Yes.
No, I
Run
wanna-
is idiot.
He's an
You
idiot.
understand
Yeah,
that,
I
and
got you.
You don't need to understand that.
All right.
That's my only question. I just wanted to make sure.
Thank you.
My notes that I'm taking here. Run is an idiot. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Thank you, DDR, for your
Well-
time. And maybe
You're
again, maybe we can promote your Discord some more. Okay. he
I
left.
just
But,
absolute fucking gold, bro. That was
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah.
Months, bro.
Another day of Jerry.
No, definitely,
about the whole shooting allies thing. As an ally to Taylor Rick, I take every opportunity to shoot him.
Exactly. See, this is the problem that he has. He doesn't really understand how allies are supposed to treat one another, and that is we shoot each other. Okay, so
Yeah,
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and when we kill each other, it makes us stronger.
little-
So yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
can I ask like so real question to Taylor? Like my real question from that whole takeaway. Do you feel that that was intended to be a roundabout, indirect way of asking for an alliance with his group, or was that an attempt at propaganda? Because I really don't know. I don't know what the intent was for whatever you want to call what the fuck just happened, right? Like,
well, it seems like everybody sucks. They're way too big and powerful, but you can't join Silent Federation because they suck.
I mean,
so
usually for war stuff, I would go to Ron and ask him his take, but he's an idiot apparently. So like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who. He's an idiot. Taylor doesn't understand Diplo or allies. Like Taylor has no strategic basis. So I mean, there's, Rambo's trash as a host. And I think it's funny.
Yeah, sure.
It's amazing that Rambo is trash as a host. Just a quick reminder for anyone that didn't remember, like, the most valuable thing to come out of everyone trying for the CSM shit was Rambo getting fucking Carrie to get on an interview.
Yep.
That was not, NetEase did not push her to do that.
Nope.
Rambo got that to happen. So, and everyone, like, you're listening, so you don't think Rambo's a dumbass, but just quick fucking reminder that he made that happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, we make a lot of things happen on this podcast. So
we do.
Yeah, I can't wait for DDR to start his own podcast so I can listen to it, or even if I have to translate it. I hope it's better. Honestly, I honestly hope he has a better podcast.
It was very good.
Are we ready for community news there, Taylor? You want to start it off with your weekend update?
Yep, let's go to a weekend update. This is going to be great after all that.
It's the weekend update with Taylor Rick.
All right, so I don't know how I can top the fun we've been having here in the last couple of minutes, but here we go. It's the first edition of the weekend update. I am, of course, Taylor Rick. Here is the weekend, the news anyway, from the last week that was. This week, Kraken officially disbanded. Reasons given were Sarp is a punk-ass bitch. Here is a picture of Sarp right here.
Wow.
Meanwhile, in the southern portion of the South, Smooth Minimal, who has won the title of the fastest person to dismantle an alliance after being made its exec 1 week.
Oh my God.
So that's our new time scale in the game, by the way. How many smooths has it been? Remember this guy? Scaramucci?
Boom. Roasted.
There's Smooth for you. So
wow, dude.
It's been one whole Smooth since,
like...
since he became exec. As part of the disband, it was revealed that the northern portion of the old Kraken, that was formerly known as Void, used AI to come up with their new name. The prompt used was, describe the northern portion of an old alliance in a space pixel game that used to be called Void. And, of course, the answer was the Void. Here it is.
Boom. Roasted.
Wow.
AI is always right.
Oh, guys, dad joke here right now. We're just the Void. It's like, I like that he's like zooms adjective. The little squiggly lines on there.
Yeah. I think Void is a cool name. It's like a space game.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they come up with. On the other side of that old of the Kraken Discord, the old Burr anyway, coming out of Kraken, decided to not use AI for their name and instead decided to double down on the middle management theme. No refunds.
Boom.
Wait,
there's your Karen.
For what?
That's the name of Burr after breaking off from Kraken.
That's the name of their new alliance.
That's the name of their new alliance.
Sorry, are these memes or are you being serious?
No,
or?
These are memes.
No,
yeah,
that's
actually
serious.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought these were shit. You were okay. Wow. Oh.
No, this is like real news, but anyway.
Okay.
So no refunds. Blockbuster called and asked for their manager back, by the way. Okay, next. News from the real North. Rip Silent, because this guy kills every single organization he joins, and look at this.
Boom. Roasted.
Juby is now in HTP. He is a member of Silent, so
He's a
confirmed. This is a silent Federation podcast plus Pravi. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, this is now pure propaganda for silent now.
Juby's a baboon now.
Everything.
Juby's a baboon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fuck everything.
Again, I tried so hard, but still they say it's a propaganda.
Okay, can I just say though,
So,
like my favorite part of the last
give them what they want.
was when he said "fuck MJD" and like you
Leave
could see
you,
Juby
man.
was like, Juby's like the guy like 20 minutes after the bar fight, he like breaks the glass bottle. He's like, yeah, fuck MJD. He just bounds off. No, well, actually, in this other game, I love you, man. Juby, I'm so happy you show up, bro. I love you, dude.
I have a theory. I have a theory about Juby. Because Juby, so there was a break after Juby joins. I'm thinking that Juby is actually a Pravi spy, so that Pravi will be the last man standing.
Yo, bro, that is just rude. How are you gonna out him like that, bro? You know how long we've been fucking.
I've never been in a Pravi form.
Ad hominem.
God damn it. God damn it.
I was in Provi, but in EVE Online.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Exactly how many fucks do you have?
It's a different game.
My god.
It is. That is a
My
very
God.
different coalition also. Yeah. You know what is funny though? Like quick Pravi aside, since we only talk about Silent, we get people sometimes that join from EO and because we do our own thing, they think we're gonna run like CVA. That is just
not even close.
surprising.
They're like, wait, huh?
Yeah, no.
I don't think so. All right, continuing on. NetSleaze held their AMA, which is now becoming an annual AMA. It was live in the official Discord and, of course, on Bilibili. The devs actually answered questions from pilots, including my favorite from Cloud, which was just get good. And I don't have the there it is. Just use warp staffs. Just use a warp disruptor. That was his answer to somebody. Also, as part of the AMA, the devs revealed why their roadmap doesn't include bug fixes. Because they haven't found the bugs for that yet.
Boom. Roasted.
And lastly, in the AMA, a question was asked about Titans, and Lance Dot revealed he just can't get it up. He has no idea how to use a Titan. He has no idea how to use a Titan. And I think his answer was right here. Boom. What the fuck was this? He literally said, oh man, maybe I posted, there it is. This year, we will also be adding more ships, various types, blah, blah. Where does he say? Oh, Titan class vessels require more time to prepare. Fuck, that was the wrong one. Damn it. There was one, the very first one he answered was about Titans.
What was the item?
And he literally said,
about the content that they lack, so it would be pointless experience right now.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know what to do with them, right?
Yeah.
So he can't get it up. That's the joke. He can't get it up. He doesn't know what to do with them.
So one of the concerns they have, right, when they release stuff is they want to make sure there's adequate competition for the resources so people don't get them cheaply, and then when there's a need, then a bunch of people got it at a lower price. They want you to to scrap when they first drop shit.
Well, they even mentioned what would happen if someone loses one of their Titans. We don't want them to quit the game. Oh my God! If you're not introducing proper shit, because you're worried about them losing it. I mean,
fuck the Titan pilots.
And that's the other thing too. I mean, to Barrick's point in chat, it's like, cool. Would still have been nice to hear about keep stars, and like, does anyone think that bridging is a bad idea at this point? Like, I feel like it'd be cool.
This one.
Are we?
Yeah, we need
that
to
was
jump
his answer.
bridge.
God,
it's a cool thing.
All right, that's it for Weekend Update. I am Taylor motherfucking Rick. That's it for Weekend
All right,
Update.
good deal.
That was good.
I should have made an outro soundbite for you. I didn't think about it until right now.
It's good, right?
But maybe that's something we could do. Yeah. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
I always wonder, like, what is that? What they make? Put the Yubi face on that guy. What's it called?
The game that's from? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jimmy.
Someone knows.
All right, ready to go through the rest of the community news?
Yep. So for community news, I mean, Taylor, he joked about some of this stuff, but in turn, it is actually true. Kraken Alliance did disband.
Yep.
What was formerly, I guess, prior to Kraken was Burr, and that section is called No Refunds. So that is indeed true. It's Ozzier and Smooth Minimal are the execs of that.
Yep.
And they're doing that. I contemplated what the Void new naming would be, and I just came up with Void 2.0 because they're not very creative. Yeah, so Void 2.0 is probably going to come out of that, but we don't know yet because they don't say anything. And
FC, right? That's what Damon's asking in chat. Isn't that what he's moving to, or
Jacobo is in Burr, and he's not ahead of it. He's just a line pilot at this point.
Oh, so that didn't. Oh, that was what it was before. Okay, because
he stepped down. He stepped down. He put Smooth Minimal stepped up for because it was co-executor between Jacobo and Sarp in Kraken. Right. Jacobo stepped down, put Smooth Minimal in basically Smooth Minimal got his job, so it's co-executor between the two of them. And literally less than a week later, about 7 days, almost exactly, news is breaking that. News broke a few days before it actually broke. That Kraken was going to disband, and the reasons for them to disband. I mean, I have all the varied exact details of why they disbanded, but some of that is a little bit OPSEC, and some of that is kind of obvious. Obviously, that they're not agreeing on what to do between those two sides, between the Void side and the Bird side. They're not in agreement on what to do next or how to move forward, and there's a lot of argument there back and forth between those two sides, essentially. A lot of pilots wanted to do one thing. A lot of pilots wanted to do another. Right. They couldn't figure that out. Plus, they had two Citadels that were part of their linking ANSI network between the two of them that AOA basically came in and said, we're taking those from you.
Oh.
There's no questions asked. There's no Diplo. We are taking them from you. You don't get to have those because they're Exodus Citadels who's joined AOA in the last month or two, whatever that was.
Yeah.
So there's your stuff I can share. I'll put it that way.
So, who foresaw that coming, right?
Nobody.
Yeah, so there's
I didn't because I'm an idiot. Because Silent doesn't know how to play this game, and we're dumb.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obviously, you don't know anything. So
yeah,
it's and it shows. So.
It shows because we're still here.
There you go.
Even after losing all of our SoVs that we took ourselves because nobody could take it from us.
That's the thing that always, man, EE is a game where you're gonna always have people exaggerate, and not always intentionally, because it's very hard. So many things go on at the same time. It's hard to have an accurate picture. But a couple of things stand out. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you've done. If you blow up multiple regions of SoV, don't collapse as a political entity and rebuild. Dude, you're tilted if you don't show respect for that. That's a huge endeavor. But even without shit being blown up, there's always drama. There's always people bitching. There's always bullshit. There's always work to be done. So to take that on, bro.
So contrary to what Taylor Ed said for the reasoning of Kraken breaking up, according to Anti-News on DDR's Discord, Kraken broke up because they thought that Dark Aurora is a girl.
That's true. I think we all know that in our heart. That
actually should have been that should have been part of my weekend update.
It should have been one of your jokes. Nobody saw that coming.
Fucking guy, bro.
Anyway,
Dark Aurora controls 80% of the market. Market crash is pinned on Silent Federation.
Yeah, rip. Okay. So in other news, I know you had talked quite a bit about it, about Joda's departure, when he had decided that he wanted to quit the game and delete all his accounts, one account indeed having a Wyvern. He also did hold a auction in a private channel in VFK and was giving out assets at that time too. So he kind of he went out and did it his way. So that's unfortunate that he had quit the game. Everybody loved him in the Alliance, and I wish him the best. At the same time, we lose an FC, we gain an FC. Juby joins the SHH Alliance. This was big news.
Wait, he's an FC?
I'm not an FC. I used to be a fleet specialist.
This is my weekly update.
Oh, sorry.
This is my weekly update.
I'm a specialist.
Listen, Taylor, we'd like to hear from people that aren't dumbasses today, okay? All right?
So, yeah, he is now a baboon in HTP along with I and a bunch of fans of Jubileus and his content. So yet again, Silent has another content creator. And no, I did not brainwash him into joining as what we are known to do on this podcast. So big rip there.
I got assimilated by the podcast to join.
Yeah.
Finally.
Don't listen to all the haters.
Yeah,
all right?
I personally wanted to kind of. I've been in Void, or I don't know what's its name anymore, but been there for like 2 to 3 years, and then I started to feel like, okay, Kraken failed, disbanded. Then I was kind of feeling like I should go explore and try out like new alliance and see how it goes. And it's always like amazing, like hear DDR talk so much like propaganda and all sorts of things. And like I think we're just like players playing the game, and if you don't feel happy, then you need to try a change and
Right.
go explore. And it's smart to not burn bridges or like steal shit and then you can't return anymore. I left Void with good relationship, and like I didn't burn anything. And they said that if things don't work out, I can come back and like respect. And yeah, so nothing
All
nothing
right, yeah.
special, nothing so
After
crazy.
after 1 week, I'm going to ask you how you feel, and you can give an honest review. And we'll
Yeah.
do it on the show next time if you're on the show. And then also breaking news: Damon is going to run for office in Silent Exec. He's gonna run for the
What
Silent
the
Exec
hell?
position.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
all
breaking
all
news, he-
Do you even
will be
play
made
the
with the
game?
Magic 8 Ball.
Goddamn.
Well, but it'll
No,
be easy to win.
he'll
You
post a
have your-
screenshot.
He has
He'll
his
post a
platform now,
screenshot
though.
of his login game, and it's from like CyberX, and he's got to update it.
Oh,
But he has his platform now.
Uh-huh.
Like he will know how to treat allies. He understands Diplo. Like he's a strategic thinker, right? Like we got all that stuff. He knows how to manage
Yeah.
drama.
And like I said, and all SRP
Maybe I'll be
decisions will
the
be made with
diplomat.
Magic 8 Ball.
Wait, what did you say about SRP?
I said all SRP decisions will be made with the Magic 8 Ball.
The Magic 8 Ball.
Oh, there you go.
It's the only fair way.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, and then the last thing that I had for community news is on this very Discord. This last week, Taylor had hosted a trivia on in our general chat, and he had asked numerous questions about the previous update, or the update that was at the time upcoming, and just kind of just. I joined late, and I was like, what the hell is happening? There's like thousands of messages. But anyway, we ended up giving out about 10 Duo Omegas at that time as well. So if you ever catch the pings for that and you join the trivia contest, we do those occasionally as well. 10 Duo Omegas were given out.
Where
that
did you
time,
give
so.
those duos? I
do
would
you mean?
use some of those.
Oh, yeah.
Where did that happen?
They're CC.
I don't know about
duos.
that.
They're CC duos. The duos are
Yeah, the content creator.
Yeah, they're content
duos.
creator duos. Yeah,
The ones that
Oh.
were allocated to give away. Juby.
Ah, the ones what I can also give. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, pretty soon
Yes.
more people will be able to give it away too. Apparently, according to the AMA, where they say
Yeah.
we just don't know. We just don't know what a trusted or a person in good standing is. But that probably will be overly broad, I would think, right?
Yeah.
So
I think
Alright,
we're the
and,
last content
that's it.
creators for this game.
wait, this game has content creators.
So
I'm
aside from-
still
aside from-
official, and Taylor is
the mod-
also,
Aside from DDR.
the
Like-
mods haven't banned them all. The mods
Yeah.
haven't banned them all yet.
Yeah,
So now
Rumble-
Juby's an SHH,
Rumble,
and now
he-
he's got a red flag, and Jesus.
yeah.
Taylor's
Okay.
under the radar.
yeah.
Vetamune doesn't say anything anyway.
Ah.
So it's like, what does it matter? Yeah. Anyway, Taylor, you want to bring up the AMA stuff, and then we'll talk a little bit about the AMA. I know we got a lengthy podcast today.
I am
Right,
looking
yeah.
at you. He's still going.
Dude,
Yeah, he's still at
Barrick,
it.
we need you on every
Yeah.
episode, Barrick. Like
Oh,
we need your
God.
gifts, bro.
And so, Taylor, let's break down one of the AMAs that you had attended and some of the stuff that they had mentioned for upcoming content.
Yeah, there's actually 2 AMAs done. The first one was done like at night, U.S. time zone, and it was also the one that they did live on Billy. Then they kind of did it again the following morning at like 5 a.m. my time or something. The ones from the next following morning, we didn't really track very much of because nothing new actually came from it. But this one, had some big stuff that came out of it. So I'm just gonna we're gonna kind of go through these fairly quick, rapid fire. We're already at like an hour and 40 here. So, I mean, this is gonna be a long fucking show at this point. Anyway, so here's the first one, which was the Titans No. We already discussed this. This is where Lance Dodd is saying I have no idea how to use Titans, so I can't really do anything for you there. But this one was a big one. T2 capital rigs are coming, and they're coming soon. So specifically, he said, currently we are, what does it say? When level 2 capital rigs will be released? Can we expect them this year? And Cloud says this year. Now, granted, there's times when he says soon, and a year goes by, and you don't fucking see it.
But this one, I think, is...
This is
probably,
soon. Yeah, this is soon. From an AMA like that, it's coming very soon. So that's good. There's another little thing about standings. Here's this one. And when will NetEase roll back standings because they suck? And Lance Dodd basically comes in. This is a good one to continue what we talked about before. Our goal is to prevent any single alliance from expanding indefinitely, thus accumulating excessive external dominance and internal financial power. To achieve this, we will adjust the rules. But whether the goal can be ultimately achieved is not up to us. It needs to be created in conjunction with the players. For recent changes, while they may require some alliances that are operating beneficially to reevaluate their rules, they also impact alliances driven by RMT and profit-making motives. This goal cannot be accomplished through simple rules change in a short time. We will need a longer period of iteration, along with receiving player feedback and observing data changes to complete this task. Now, that's huge.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer, and that's the real answer.
It's the real answer. It's the right answer. Now, and you take that on top of this one, which I called in my image, holy fuck you, what you say, as part of the AMA. The question was asked, do you have any plans to add new drone regions to nullsec for newer and smaller alliances to claim SOV without renting? That's one of our renters, by the way, Trupp. That's hilarious. He's in tribute. I didn't notice that until just now. Cloud says currently there are many SOV systems that are unoccupied by pilots after being captured. AOA again. We will first update the NPC offensive SOV gameplay in the ER region, okay, Ethereum Reach, and then change it to the entire New Eden, all of New Eden, targeting SOV systems that are almost undefended or SOV systems where the most NPCs are defeated. So they're going to do this from a standpoint if you're not in that system ratting, if there's never anybody in that system, the NPCs will start shooting your citadel. And if it's a very heavy, very populated system where the anoms are constantly getting taken down, like one of my home systems, then the NPCs will also start shooting those citadels as well. So you get a little bit of balance, yin and yang there.
Promote
bring
activity.
it on. Bring it on.
So going back to like what we spoke about earlier with taxes, we spoke about the two types, right? Like, which I just want to add some grounding to this because it's a great answer they gave, right? You pay based on your member corps in your alliance, that's ISK. You pay based on your SOV, that's ISK. This is adding labor, and what they're saying is we're going to tax you on outliers. Just like Taylor said, if you're too concentrated, you pay with labor. If you're zero activity or near zero, you pay with labor. People may not like it when it comes out, but that's fair, and they have a version of that in EVE. They have several versions. One of them is the strategic. Well, they have that, but the strategic modifiers, and then on top of that, the Triglavian, the way they target stuff and change the So it's not. That part's not unheard of.
No. I think it's going to have some serious benefit. I think it's going to you take the SOV tax thing. You take the if you're not using the SOV side of it, where it could get attacked. And when does it do those attacks? And I mean, obviously you're still timer tanking your whole timer, but you have to be there for a defense now. So that sovereignty you have, it better be useful to you. If you're going to have to defend it against rats on a whole timer, God knows when. Throughout the week. Like, I think that's I hope that really hope that hits hard. I think it's
going to lead to people having more honest conversations about how they use stuff, which is going to be like conversations about your own org. And you could see it as a negative because it's more them telling you what to do with your time, or you could say, well, like it's going to enable those conversations, because otherwise, if there's no impetus from the real world or like physicality, right? Then it just feels like a guy is coming to you with that problem, versus if it's like, yo, we have this real shit to deal with, maybe a reorg makes sense. Maybe changing our priorities makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and I mean, if it drops loot or you get bounties out of it, it's not really a tax. You're making money off of it. It's just another standard ANOM, but it hits your citadel. So, whoop-de-doo, bring it on. Next one was a one about purple cores. They're tradable. Or going to be tradable. There's a lot here. I'm trying to see. They're going to do some sort of updates to drone bombs and smart bombs. I don't understand what they're talking about there, but more changes to bombs are coming. Question was purple nanocores tradable win, and Water Knight, who we haven't heard from in forever, who just shows up out of the blue for this. He wasn't even showing up on Discord until this week. We understand that many players have this demand, but we are more focused on the risks behind it. On one hand, it will further widen the income gap between single character players and multi-character players. On the other hand, it will also expand the profit-making scope of the RMT, real money trading community. Although we are still working towards a more open approach, improving the trading systems, account security systems, and reputation systems, there is still a long way to go before we fully open up the trading of purple nanocores. As an alternative, we will try to open up a purple core transfer function across characters with certain restrictions later this year. I love that answer. That's a very nuanced answer. It addresses the RMT yet again. Kind of gives you what you want. I don't know what those caveats and restrictions will be without impacting what they're looking at on the RMT side. I think that's good.
I think that's an it is what it is answer, which is like, well, first of all, say that they could give us more of an answer. Do we really want them to? I don't want them to give any RMT organization any more heads up.
Yeah.
Because look, let's look at like the last change they made. The last change they made related to RMT, aside from the Alliance SoV thing, which was at the org level, at the player level, the last change was we all got more REM slots.
Yeah.
That's it. There was no negative. You just got a buff of 4, right? That was huge.
And you got PI taken away from alpha characters.
Right. Well, right. But what I'm saying is that by and large, you're probably not seriously playing on an alpha character, right? You might have an alt or something, but that's not a big negative, I would say.
No, I didn't think so either. All this stuff is good. All this stuff is really good. Let's see. Here's one that I know everybody's going to love because you're all a bunch of Care Bears. This is Rorquals and other mining ships are going to get gold cores. So that means you can do AI. And here's intelligent miners. Here we go. That's the one I just posted there too.
So they'd mentioned in the past that mining will not have AI function, though you can upgrade them to gold to be able to get the attributes. But yeah,
Terran asked gold industrial ship nanocores, and Water Knight literally said it is part of the plan. In the near future, pilots will be able to use the intelligent nanocore to happily mine, becoming an intelligent miner. Oh my God, the names from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now that just contradicts what I just said.
It does, but that's what he said.
That sounds like an AI miner.
That's an AI miner. That is 100% an AI.
Oh,
Bring it on, please, God. Make there be AI miners in nullsec. I can't wait.
Well, there's already AI miners in nullsec. It's just they're trying to make it legal.
Yeah, I know, but I mean exactly, and bring that on, and then the carnage of that, just bring it on.
The thing though is like every time they add it when they make it legal, it's not even if you have the same amount of people automating gameplay, it's not a zero sum because what you're doing is you're weakening that organization that's fostering illegal activity.
Exactly.
It's still a gain for us, I would say, overall.
Yep. I think it's great. Here's an answer that we've all wanted for a very, very long time. This is crazy. Hangars. This one's called hangars. Let me pull this up.
Oh, my God.
So when will Capsuleers get station hangars? That was a weird question to throw out because we've always wanted station containers, and they've told us no, that's going to be too much of a bog on the system. So Paulin, who's a game designer, his answer was, this feature is also part of our optimization plan for this year, and we will anticipate completing its development and testing in the first half of the year. So you're not going to get station containers, but instead what you're going to get is some sort of hangar deviation. Right now, you literally have 2 hangars. Anytime you dock somewhere, you have 2 hangars. You have an item hangar and a ship hangar. Does that mean we're going to get a third hangar that holds just whatever we want? Or is it going to be a third hangar that's only for specific types of items? Who knows? I'm willing to bet that they actually make it a specific things only, right? Like materials. It's a material hangar. Now all your mats go into that hangar. Blueprints and mats. And anything that's not those, like modules and fittings, go into your item hangar. And so therefore it's purposeful in terms of on the back end when they're trying to load things to maybe not bog it down, because that's going to be horrible if that makes the hangar loading
that gives them a
shit
few
longer.
That gives them a few benefits. If they do what you're saying, then what happens is, first of all, you have the same amount of like space in a database if you break it up like that, almost.
Yeah.
The other thing it does is that it lets it, if they make it so the filter persists in one, then it's sort of like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of contracting items to yourself, you might be able to bounce between those things. So they make the filters more valuable.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they do with that. Here's another big one that I tagged: Citadel destruction. The question was, can we expect in the future to have the option to not entosis citadels and kill them instead? Currently, most SOV is time zone tanked, making attacking difficult. That was Knox. Excellent question by Knox. This is something he and I talk about a lot. Paulin comes back and says, we have noted the various feedback and issues related to SOV warfare. We will be making a series of adjustments to alliances and SOV warfare to increase combat activity in the new Eden universe. This year, we will be making several significant adjustments to SOV warfare and star system structures, including unanchoring and destruction. For those of you that don't know, a Fortizar can be unanchored. Maybe regular T4 citadels will be able to be unanchored at some point. My God, could you imagine that? Jesus.
That'd be wild shit.
But hopefully we can blow them up. Because right now, if there's a T4 citadel there, the way the game is, it's there forever. It can never go away. It just depends on who owns it, that's all. So you can't blow it up, you can't downgrade it, which sucks. I think that's bullshit, and that needs to change. We need to be able to blow these things up. Big time.
I think what I was most surprising for me with that implementation is I would have assumed that at a certain threshold, if you couldn't blow up the T4, something would increase the maintenance cost on it, right? You know, that way it's like you don't just have people T4ing to T4 to, you know, tank out a region. But yeah, they never really did anything with it, I think, past the initial.
Yeah, I don't know. And I swear I'm going to go to my grave on this and probably sound stupid and give somebody talking points. I don't really care. But I swear to God, there was a point in time when you could downgrade the T4s and then you couldn't. And I swear to God, I thought I saw it in a patch note somewhere too, but it's not in the patch notes. About it. It's not in the patch notes. Yeah. It's probably always been a thing where you like can never download it. But I yeah, exactly. Or maybe I'm just delusional and thought I could do it on the maybe I was doing it on a test server. I don't know, but I mean it's kind of probably delusional, Cora. You're right.
Well,
I'm totally delusional.
We all think that Vetamune is right. You're delusional.
Hallucinations.
Yeah.
Well, I think what it is like you could only downgrade it if you were able to hold on to allies. Like I think that probably was what was in the patch note.
It's not there.
I've gone over the patch
notes. There's nothing. Yeah, there's. Put your Corp Tech in for put a Corp Tech level in for unanchoring of regular citadels 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have to have Corp Tech. There's where it's going to come from, OC.
That would have been that. Well, you can guess how much that shit will cost.
I don't care. I'm paying it.
Yeah, I know, but
we're not really known for good ideas here.
I think that's always like the most reasonable way to approach someone asking for stuff, because it's like, you know, man, it's Eve. Don't tell me no. Tell me how much. You know what I mean? Like
pretty much. Yeah.
Because think about what that opens up, right? Because now you're not gonna have every corp that pays it if it's exorbitant. So now you might have a market where you're like, bro, you got to toast to these guys and they'll unanchor it for you. And
no, Reaper. Yeah. It's not about taking down SOV. It's about entosising somebody else's SOV and then taking that down and blowing it up. That's what it's about. It's not about me wanting to downgrade my SOV. It's about entosising somebody else's SOV and tearing it down so we can have parts for SRP. That's exactly right.
It's all about SRP. Yeah.
Come on. What will happen is
we used to capture citadels, strip them down to T1 or something, T2, I guess, and then downgrading.
Don't maybe put more stairs in your house. Stairs are fucking brutal, let me tell you. Anyway, here's one big one that I know our good friend of the show, who is in Kraken, by the way, and is on our staff, by the way. I'm sorry, who's in No Refunds, by the way. Mario's going to love this. Hi, I've been around the game long enough to have seen many things happen. I've seen Genesis Federation Rise and Fall. I don't know what the rest of this fucking question was. He's asking about APIs. There's a whole bunch of shit in that question. Cloud came back and said, one, this problem may only be solved through communication between players for a long time. Okay. I'm just going to read it. It's about APIs, okay? This problem may only be solved through communication between players for the time being, but since we updated the content to Pythian 3 at the end of 2024, we've had talks about this on their back end, why they spent so much time this last year changing the internals of the backside of it, why we've seen certain patches come around to fix problems we hadn't had in 2 years, why local got broken again for the first time in forever. All these little things, right? Here we go. Right, part of that Pythian 3 upgrade 2024. It is possible to solve the long-delayed API issue in 2025. Perhaps we can gradually use the API to directly obtain the security data in the game for secondary development, which may solve some of the problems you encounter. Corp industry needs to be optimized. Old questions you can, and then some other bug things. So basically, he's talking about now that they're on the Python 3 backend. It's possible. Yeah, Pythian. I don't know, whatever. Python guys.
Man, you had me questioning.
I don't. It's Python. Whatever. It's Python.
I was like, I've never heard of
your trolling.
It's Python. Yeah, it's Python. I don't know. Hey, I'm 2 in. Okay, give me a break. I've done really, really well for someone who doesn't drink a lot. Okay, so
yeah, but the audience is drunk by now.
Yeah, exactly. So. This wouldn't be this show without drinking. Anyway, not your father's root beer. That's what I'm drinking.
Without drink.
It's Juby juice or Grandpa's old cough medicine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Juby juice.
No, it's alcoholic. It's how much is in this fucking thing? I need another one. 5.9%. Yeah. That's not bad. All right. API, possible. That's amazing, though. We thought we'd never see that. Ever in a day. Let's see. Where's another one? I think there's really only one more in here that matters. Oh, yeah. Close-in weapons on carriers. I mean, what in the fuck was this question and answer? I mean, 5.9's weak. I know, Reaper. I'm not an alcoholic. This will... Okay, question comes... This will probably not be... Unless if any of you guys give... They want to give carriers the new close-in guns. Regular carriers. And Cloud came back and said... The close-in weapon, or CIWS. Okay, what do we call this? I had this discussion in Corp the other day.
They're a real life. They're a real life thing. No, seriously, it's a real life thing. That's the answer. It's not a GIF conversation. It's CWIZ.
CWIZ.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking gay.
I mean, it is what it is, bro.
CWIZ.
Yep.
CWIZ. Jesus, what does this world come to? Okay, so the CWIZ is still in the testing phase, with many data points requiring verification and adjustment. In the future, as the technology matures, it will be progressively installed on other dreadnoughts and carriers. However, its performance will be lower than that of the Bodyguard dreadnought. So, confirmed. More CWIZ. Yeah, exactly. It's Cheese Whiz, Quarry. When I say CWIZ, it just sounds like fucking Cheese Whiz to me.
What you just did right now is you went from glops to slops.
Exactly.
That's literally what just happened, right? Like slops.
What the hell is the Cheese Whiz?
Stands for cheese. Cheese Whiz.
You don't know what Cheese Whiz is? Oh, bro. That's a whole... Bro, Ubi. Oh, my God, dude.
Cancer in a can.
Some dangerous shit is what it is. Don't do it. Don't do it, Juby.
It's so good, though.
It's like
really? It's so good. If you get the right amount of it with nachos. It's
honestly, whoever invented Cheese Whiz...
Synthetic liquid cheese.
Yeah, that's the cheese in the canister.
Yo, Barrick, way to fucking date yourself, bro. Fucking Goof Troop movie over there. Like,
it's just a GIF he found. It's just a GIF he found. He searched.
No, it is. Wait, one sec. Fuck that. Barrick, did you grow up with that movie? No, fuck this. Barrick, did you grow up with that movie? No. I don't buy that. Yes. Boom. Got him, boys.
Boom.
Knew it. You don't fucking just link that. That is you. You are showing intent when you link Goof Troop, bro. God damn it, Rambo, mother. What fucking No, we need a way to fucking deprecate.
Yeah, get him to mute his shit. Yeah.
Damn it.
That's great.
All right, we're talking about Cheese Whiz the weapons.
Cheese Whiz the weapons. Yeah, C-Whiz. Okay. Oh my God, what a fucking show this is.
I was about to say there's been a lot of valleys and hills in this show for sure.
I mean, my God. I think that's the main ones out of all of that. Like, there was this one I said was hangers, but I don't know if I posted this with the other stuff where they just thought about...
What's this? The
testing. Yeah, that's the testing one. Replacing Starbreaker course. I don't know what that one was. New faction.
Dan, it seemed like there was a lot
Yeah.
of questions about how long did this AMA last?
Well, it was 2.
2 hours.
You had 2 or 3. Well, you had 2 sets in the
Wow,
first one.
2
and
hours
there was
apiece?
a second.
Yeah,
there was
the
a
first
second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
the
was
first
2.
one. There was 2.
Yeah,
The first one was 2 hours long.
Yeah. The second one was like 6 a.m. EST, but they had 3 segments in it, and they only repeated like 3 questions, and then they told you to read above. It was. I honestly think this is one of the better AMAs we've had.
Very
like
much
the questions
so.
The questions weren't answered like no. They were, hey, these are the real concerns we have. This is what we can talk about. So, and this just for people listening in, if you haven't read the AMA channel, what Taylor linked is like, it's a good highlight, but it's like 20% maybe of the shit.
Yeah. Definitely.
There's a ton.
There's a lot. Good. I would say that the channel's there. Go read the rest of it. And scroll through it. And I think someone says, are we going to get highlights? Does someone have it all typed up, or do I have to have aids? And I think the answer is aids. But I don't know why someone said that, but they did. It is a lengthy read, but I don't know. If you really want to get into the weeds of it, it's worth it. So
That's good stuff. I'm going to have to go back and reread or come up with I think, well, Bradrick had the Reddit post, but it wasn't like every question that was posted either. So we'll have to find a source that has all the questions and all the answers to be able to read through.
There's your link, by the way. Yes, thank you, Barrick.
Thank you so much.
What's that link for? It says unknown on my end.
It's
I'm banned,
it's
damn
the
it.
AMA. It's the AMA stuff.
Yeah.
Well, get onto your alt Discord and then go over there.
Yeah.
Right, remember,
I'm
that
on
link is actually for people that are legitimate content creators.
Right.
You have to provide value to the community to click on that link. I'm sorry, dude.
Correct.
Yeah, I get it.
According to DDR, we have to be idiots, and then we get that link.
Dude, I understand it's an unscripted show, but like, how you gonna? You don't even, not even like a little bit of effort though to, no, just no.
Oh, DDR or me?
Yeah, no, DDR.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, like, bro. Okay.
All right. Well, that was basically it that you had from the AMA.
That's it. That's the highlights. Yep.
Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I'll have to jump back and read what all they're talking about. But for us banned people,
Yeah,
they did give away some SP gift codes during that time. So if you have not got those yet, let me.
You want to put those in the announcement chat too?
Share the codes.
Yeah.
I have the codes.
I
have the codes.
I need the codes. Give
Remember,
it to
it
me.
was.
It's Eve Doge 2025
It was-
and Eve Gift 2025.
Remember when I had the. Remember when I had the code and it was giving away unlimited SP for a little bit? Yeah, here you go. I posted it on air chat for those.
Where
that
do you
didn't claim
put
them.
these codes?
Bacon beat you to
iOS
it.
users will have to use the website evechos.com/gift grab. If you're using Android,
No.
you can do it inside of the game in the settings. You can find that, and it's
Right.
It's 480,000 SP, so it's a decent amount. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
I mean, it's for the right price.
Yeah.
Free.
There you
I'm trying to
go.
put it in the announcement.
So-
I
Can
need
someone
to
link
take
the,
a screenshot from those.
Can someone like the website?
That's what I did. Oh, you're gonna make me have to go over. And,
No, I mean, someone in the audience might do it.
Yeah, true. I didn't have the website up. I do need to do it on a couple other characters, but you have until the 31st of this month to be able to redeem those. By the way, so
Oh, nice.
there is a time limit. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
Heartbeat Town.
All right. Now we are ready for Moby Mountain,
Nice.
the segment everybody's been waiting for. I know, but before we get to that, I do have a couple fun stats. And actually, we'll kind of consider it a little bit of trivia for our audience for today. So I do have a number at the time that this was pulled. How many deaths have occurred to PvE in Eve Echoes since the beginning? Does anybody have a number
boy.
of a guess?
The
Yeah.
number of PvE deaths
Yep.
so far since the beginning.
Oof.
All of them.
600,000.
Can count DR eating and all that.
Oh God, yeah.
I tell you, if
boy.
if you're guessing 250K, you're way low.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and I haven't seen these numbers yet because I knew we were talking about pulling some really cool numbers from things, but I'm gonna guess like maybe 1.2 billion.
That seems really
Higher.
high.
I meant 1.2 million. 1.2 million. 1.2
Wait, higher than
million
a-
deaths. Sorry.
This is higher than 1 billion deaths.
We're not talking about. Are we talking about the
Higher.
ISK value, or are we talking about the count?
The count.
The count. It's
What?
higher than billions.
Are you sure?
No,
bro?
no. The count is in the millions.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was
I
like,
see
yeah,
a lot of people
okay.
are guessing.
Okay, yeah.
2 million
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah, oh, just 2 million.
69 million.
It's just people just autopiloting ventures into fucking.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I see a lot of answers, but the answer is 4.8 million deaths have occurred
Wow.
to PvE
Wow.
since the game had launched, worth 2.2 quadrillion ISK.
Holy shit.
How about that?
We did it, Reddit.
Mind blowing. Okay, I got another one for
It's
you.
like
How
the
many
whole
deaths?
population of Finland.
Yeah, right.
Wait, what?
How many
I
deaths?
don't feel like you have that
occurred-
many people in Finland, Juby, unless your basement is fucking huge.
Yeah, he's including the bear population too.
What?
Okay.
It's just gangs of bears.
Hey, that's a thing. Okay.
Wait, what?
We're
gonna have to
here's
circle
another
back
one.
to
Here's another one for the audience. Guess the number of deaths that have occurred to PvP since the
7.
game launch.
7.
7 million, yeah.
Okay, so 8 million is actually high.
Wow.
Get a few more guesses in there.
It has to be less, I would think. I would think PvE is a lot more common, right? Because DR.
Well, I guess that's
So-
true. There'd be more Well, would there be more PvE deaths? That's crazy if that's the case.
Dude, early on in
At
the
the
game,
time
bro,
these numbers are pulled. Yeah,
Well,
there's
I mean,
more PvP deaths than PvE. So get
really? Wow.
right
That's
here.
nuts. The rats are winning,
Five-
everybody.
5.3 million deaths have occurred.
So just
to
barely.
PvP, worth 2.5 quadrillion
Wow.
ISK. Yeah. So there you go. Those are some fun stats. I had a couple others too, like number of supers that had died in this game so far. I think it was like 40 hells.
Oh my god.
40 hells had gone down from both PvE, PvP. There was a bunch of capitals like that, and then that's kind of when we were talking about there's been one of each super, except let's see,
Except the
for
Aeon.
PvE losses,
Except the
the
Aeon.
Aeon.
Yeah. Well,
The
all
Aeon
the
has
others,
not died from a PvE
No,
loss.
it's not PvE loss. It's gate guns. Each
Gate guns. That's what it
each
is.
super has died from gate guns except for the Aeon.
You know what's
Yep.
interesting is
Except
if
for
you
an
Oh boy.
if you like had enough, like if you have, I'm assuming in that data you have who lost what ship when. So based on that, if you had the plex amounts for the time, you could figure out what. Because there's a certain amount of IP when you IP your ship, there's a certain amount that doesn't go back into recirculation. So you could figure out what the IP amount that NetEase makes every month with the data you have.
I don't know. But-
Do we
Or the
need that?
total amounts. You said how much if you added up the quadrillion ISK from each. What was the total amount?
2.2 quadrillion from PvE and 2.5 quadrillion from PvP.
You
So
said
5
2.5
quadrillion. 5 quadrillion, basically. If people are IPing those
Yeah.
at 30% of that rate, and let's say maybe not everybody's
No, it's far
IPing
less
them.
than 30.
Not everybody's
No, it's-
IPing them. So maybe. Go ahead.
It's going to be far less than 30% because the 30% is what you pay on average, but then you'd have to account for if the pilot died in that hull, like in the last couple months. But what I'm saying is a fraction of that percent never re-enters circulation, and that's their surcharge. You couldn't do it off the top of your head. You'd have to sheet that.
No,
For
I
sure.
can do that off the top of my head. I can
The
do some
surcharge
rough.
percent?
I can do some rough numbers. So let's say out of the 5 quadrillion, and they only wanted to. Let's say on the IP side, people actually redeeming the IP, some way, shape, and form is only maybe 80% of those. So that's 4 quadrillion that actually got put back in, right? Or that someone paid for somehow. And some of that pay, though, is gift IP. So probably about half of that's probably gift IP. So now you're down to 2 quadrillion, where someone would actually have to buy Plex, right? And you're trying to get to a number, though, of how much raw R was purchased with cash to convert to get into that? Is that what you're trying to get at?
No. What I'm saying is, so say you have a ship worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right? And you can IP it for 30%.
Yeah, I get that number. That's 200 million or 300
when
million.
You do that, when you IP that 30%, 95 to 99% of that goes back into Plex that goes into market, but a small percent of it never does.
Right.
It's just deleted permanently.
Right.
That's the number I'm curious about, because that's what they're essentially making off deaths every month. That's what I'm getting. So I'm saying that number is actually it's not something you do off the top of your head, because you need to know how many times the person died in a hull prior.
Right.
And you need to know the time period as well, because that formula's changed.
I'm going to say the ISK equivalent is 342 billion. Someone do the math on it and tell me how close I am.
I think it's more than that.
Think it's more than that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be I think it's a couple times above that. I would guess.
I said billion.
It's tough because I know it's tough because IP, the gift
IP is going to really severely limit. And now lately, not so much, but before it's going to just totally wash that.
Yeah, but they gave out a lot, right? So I mean, I don't know how you would account for that, but you could probably come up with like a floor, like at least a certain amount. But either way, though, even if you figure half of all IP was gift IP, which I don't think it is, that's still a USD in terms of what they're pulling. Oh, you think it's at least half?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Of all time, yeah, half. That's slowly coming down, but I bet you.
Yeah, I mean, either way, okay. Let's say even if you think it's half, that's still a shitload of USD taken out of like when you think about it, not really delivering content, especially when you consider that currency it's supposed to be delivering subs. You know what I mean? Like no sub was delivered for that. It was just someone blew up some shit.
Okay, we're falling asleep here. I want to move on to Moby.
Well, listen to how he wants to cut this part of it out because we're falling asleep, so he can get to his thing. But he couldn't cut off DDR's junk and Russian unintelligible MJDs and idiots.
I saw Juby falling asleep over there.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I was just, yeah. Nestle keeps taking freaking photos.
So big amounts of money. I'll just I don't understand. Like so many zeros.
That just makes your eyes gloss over, Juby.
A quadrillion is a million billions. It's 1,000 trillions.
Yeah.
It
could be in the trillion numbers then OC. It could be in the 300 trillions.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It has to be a certain amount of trillion.
For sure.
Fucking Rambo.
I kind of just started. I was like, I just want to get the segment started. But yeah. So indeed, we're going to start Moby Mountain. It's the most anticipated segment of all of Eve Echoes. It's a segment so hot, my wife used it as a little spice in her hot chocolate, as well as some Baileys, but I left that out. But anyway, here we are for another week of Moby Mountain, and I'm gonna have to come back to my staff chat where I had shared all of my cool graphics that I spent all morning making this morning. So there we go. We're gonna start off with who is off the mountain. Wow, it actually took time to upload, but there you go. Taylor, if you could bring that up. Off the mountain, Brian Perkin, who nobody knows, is off the mountain. And she'd head up Prime, who hasn't stole a single kill mill this last week, is also off the mountain. So we figured that was gonna come. Yep, they're off the mountain. We figured that was coming. So there you go for this week's off the mountain contenders there. All right, and then coming back, I'm gonna grab this one and post this one in the on-air chat. And remember, I'll post these in the Photoshops later as well. So after the show. All right, let's check this out. Bottom row, Moby Mountain. Knox is still holding on by a thread. Hasn't gotten any recent kill mills posted since the beginning of the month. So he's still up there. He's at base camp. Holtzy is still on the mountain despite getting only 7 kills this week, none of which were major kills, but he's still on the mountain. He survived. He's still hiking up there. CRB Don't Kill got 5 kills this week. Not anything that would have kept his spot because he was previously on the 3rd row. So he ends up being on the bottom row. And Raid Boss had 15 kills this last week, still holding on to his spot on the bottom row. So there you go. That's your bottom row right there. So 3rd row, Robert Petsora. Now somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody said that DDR is Robert Petsora.
No.
I need a confirmation on that.
No.
From BBGX. Robert Petsora actually drops down from the 2nd row. Only got 8 kills this last week. So there you go. He's still on the mountain, obviously. He still does really good. Tom Plum is on the mountain for his debut this week. Finally, he's got 9 kills for 125 billion this last week. That puts him to 67 kills for a total of 417 billion this month. I know we were asked last week as to like, hey, where's Tom Plum? Like, I know he's there. He was right there trying to he was getting set up basically to get up on the mountain. Now he's hiking it. So, fun fact, Tom Plum is the 4th in all-time kills on Mobi with 4,174 kills worth over 16 trillion in total. So it was only a matter of time by the time he was going to make the mountain. I figure he's probably going to stay on it for a while longer.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Or even move up. CRB Pobe Ho 16 Cum. Yeah, I know I slaughtered that. I don't even know how you pronounce that name. There's 2 of them, by the way, if you look that name up in game. Miraculously, he finds himself climbing on a mountain this week. It landed the final blow on 3 capitals this last week. A Rourke, a Science-C, and a Nidhogger. Mostly he is seen in his Dami Navy issue. Has 4 kills for 523 billion this month so far. So there you go.
That's efficiency.
And B-Town, we had shared that last week. If you listened to that episode on the Mobi Mountain on the trench, we had actually debuted that Visago that died to the A-type sentry gun, the gate gun. So, yeah, we talked about that last week. He was on last week's Shame. All right, so that finishes up your 3rd row. 2nd row, Bozy Chin Hai Chin Chu. As you can see, is the name in game is Chinese characters, but it's typically that Marzio that needles into your system, and most likely will drop on you. So he's got 34 kills this week, worth 241 billion. He needles around in his Marzio, kills a lot of ratters and miners. Seemingly can't kill capitals just yet.
Can I do my translations on that Bozzy name the way that I read them out when we see them in local and we're in the fleet and we're trying to figure who they are?
Aside from alphabet soup?
No, that's a T followed by a tic-tac-toe square, followed by a power line, followed by a lady with a dick standing next to a guy. That's the name.
With a period at the end. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you only said
just
power
put it
line
into
because we brought up a
translate.
Goofy movie. You can admit it. It's okay. Taylor, this is now a safe space, okay?
I don't know.
Is that a banana in your pocket?
You just happy to see me. I mean, I don't know.
So, yeah, typically it's that name that drops in. Wow. Wow. That's all I got to say. All right. If it's from Bozy, it's probably this guy. And the other one is Jita.
I don't mean any offense by it. I just, just trying to understand the
All right.
Chinese language.
Sharon, the 2nd row with him, stays in his spot. Panicotta from BBGX. He's got 18 kills for 27 billion ISK this week. Also needles around in his Raven Navy issue. This dude's everywhere. You look at his kill mails, it's from east to west, north to south. He literally jumps everywhere and kills people. So there you go. Top of the mountain. Phoenix BJ stays at the top. Got 7 kills this last week, worth 44 billion.
Damn.
And that put him over 2 trillion in kill value for the month. So there you go. He's at the top of the mountain. the protector of Fountain in his hell. It's only a matter of time, but he remains at the top. A matter of time until he gets dropped. Haven't seen any recent kill mails of him just yet, but it'll come. He protects Fountain, so he's out there killing Zan and Pand. But at least they're trying. So okay. So that's the Mountain.
No,
so,
he didn't die to DR4. He died to DDR. Get it right.
Right. He has died in the hell once before, though I do not recall it was DR. I think it was a PvP loss.
Something like that.
We
Yeah,
could look that up.
It was.
It's probably on Mobi, but yeah, we could look that up.
Pretty sure it was.
A year or so ago.
PvP loss.
All right. Rebuttals. What do you think, Taylor? We'll start with you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have really rebuttals for this week. It's kind of turning out the way I thought it would, where you got certain guys saying, there it is, right there. Yep. Died to Darth Sinna. Yep, I remember when that happened.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
October 22nd.
2 freaking years ago. Well, not really, a year and a half, whatever. But long time ago. He's died again, yeah. I'm sure, Bacon, yeah. I think he's died 3 times in total in that hell. Or a hell, however you want to look at that. But anyway. No, I don't really have any rebuttals on it. It's a good list. It's kind of shaping up the way that I thought it would, where you got certain guys that just kind of stay at the top. No, all good.
All right, how about you, Juby?
Yeah, still waiting if someday Badran will be thrown away from the first spot.
Yeah,
and also feeling envious. Yeah, I also want to come. Someday I'll be in the mountain. I hope so. Let's see.
Yeah, you got to kill a little bit more than just miners.
Yeah.
So.
Or just a lot of miners.
That was a joke.
You know,
Yeah,
fucking AI botting miners.
Sure, yeah. Maybe someday, Juby, but you got to seriously up your game because people are pulling away like big time. So.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to get over 2 trill now just to even get to the top.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
OC,
can I do it?
Since you're with us this week, what do you think about the Mountain?
Well, I didn't see like the actual numbers on it. I know it's kind of new. I think it's kind of a cool. I think it's a cool segment that we do. I would love to see more like. Well, I don't know. I don't want to like lean into the number stereotype. But I'd love to see more charts of like the numbers and, you know, see like what types of ships were killed. Like, okay, so we see this is a mountain, right? So like, where did most of these kills happen? How much of this was them killing miners? How much of it was them killing supers? That kind of stuff. That would be cool for me.
Yeah. It's possible. Maybe. When I'm doing my search using Mobi, I'm seeing what kind of kills that they're getting, what ships that they're using on, you know, killing these, what those people are dropping, where it is, you know, all that type of stuff. So I get it.
I think it's cool. I just think like a pie chart would be legit.
Oh my God! OC wanting to see data in a pie chart. Yeah, no way.
I'm trying. When he said that, I sat there. I was like, no one's gonna like this answer. Like, this is gonna be so sad.
No.
Like everyone's falling asleep as I'm giving the answer.
Dude is trying to turn PvP into more spreadsheets. I mean, God.
No. Here's the thing. What would be cool is say half of this, the killing was in the same 2 regions, but the top killers were missing each other by time zone. Like it's not the data, it's the insight. That would be cool to me to be like, oh shit, like they're most.
I just thought of a new. Segment.
This is gonna
Pravi update.
I knew it.
It's gonna be Pravi like Pravi Mountain, but Pravi update, and it's just gonna give us
pie charts and
we'll
graphs.
Showcase it.
Oh God damn it!
Yeah. It's gonna be all the kills and deaths in Pravi.
You joke, but so much of my meeting content is charts. It's not even funny. Like it's very often. I know. Yeah.
We're gonna be making fun of you. We're gonna be making fun of you shortly. Here.
Nestival doesn't need any more ammo, bro. You don't need to. Okay, like he's all set, right? He's making his own ammo in his garage. The ATF doesn't know. No one's dog needs to get shot. Okay, bro.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Exactly.
All right. So, that is a Mountain for this week 3 in your PvP rankings. I'll share those in the Photoshop channel later so people can refer to them, those that may not be present. So on to, not that one. I don't want to share that one. I copied the wrong one. All right, let's do this one. The Trench is coming up. Why does it do that? It keeps on wanting me to post the wrong one. Copy. And paste. There we go. The trench. As soon as it uploads here, viewers will be able to see it. But this is the week 3 trench. If you pull that up, I know B-Town was excited to share the Z Bishop 357 Aeon lost mail that ended up getting hot dropped by AOA, THD specifically, and some others, and out in Wicked Creek. So there's a big rip right there. That was worth 1.2 trillion. And so another one goes down. Yeah, it's going to be the first of many, as you'll see coming up in these trenches. Pretty much every trench so far since we've implemented this has had supers.
Yeah.
But so again, Zero Space, he made it into the trench with a 421 billion ISK Visago. Was killed by Flying Fancy Pants, who actually would have potentially made the mountain had he had more kills. But looks like he got the final blow anyway. Stole it from PHPC. Shithetta is on the kill mail too. Yeah, big rip there. He could have probably stayed on the mountain had he got the final blow. But that was pretty expensive Visago right there. It's got some B-types on it. I can't see what else is on it, but yeah, that's a good one. I also happened in Cobalt Edge at the NPC system. So go figure, you know. Stuff happening out there. And then this one I wanted to showcase as a part of the trench is Colin Field. Lost his Cyan C. And, 210 billion. It's kind of one of those things for Cyan Cs. But there's the story behind this, from what I've been told, was that this guy got landed on, shot at by a Megathron Striker. Or a group of battleships. He had basically engaged them, but he warped to the gate with a crime timer, and the gate gun finished him off. So, there you go.
Wow.
Didn't realize he had a crime timer, and loses a Cyan C to Boa Hancock. Got the kill mail on that with 4% damage. So there you go. There's the trench for week 3, the weekly losers. Now we got some new images for the Mobi Mountain segment. So here we have the More Money Than Brains segment. And no DDR, I'm not talking about you.
I just got him.
These are all the lost mails. These are all the lost mails of the new Bodyguard dreadnoughts that had released. Crashdown, the dirty one from Tuna, Hellborn.
Wait, Pravi isn't in this? What the fuck?
No, not yet. Just wait.
Okay, all right.
The showcased one is this Naglfar Bodyguard of 251 bill from JDLG. And so he died in MTAC O in tribute. And then and then the only Revelation Bodyguard to have died was from Johnny Boy out in Scalding Pass. So he had the only Revelation Bodyguard loss so far. So this is since the update. Only 4 Naglfar Bodyguards and Johnny Boy in the Revelation have died so far. So, and this is brought to you by the E1 Photoshop experts. So the ships in a box of losses there. More money than brains. Hold on, I got another one for you. Check this out. I got another one for you. More money than brains, version 2. So I need to scroll up and upload this, and it's sending. Here you go. These are all of the Executioner losses. The Executioner Destroyer losses. There's been 13 of them. There's 12 pictured here because one was a duplicate. But 13, as you can see, Nomad has died 3 times in the same ship, all in different scenarios from Knee. Timbo Slice, I know he was DR frauding it because he was sending it to Jita to sell it. Then there's some other ones here that have died from DR fraud and all that type of stuff. They have no fits. Right, so but there's a couple here. One Balcon from SHBE lost an executioner from a gate gun. So there you go there. And of course, with the most expensive executioner destroyer, had to have been from Dune because that's what they like to do. Died from ratting of all things.
In a T4. In a T4 anomaly.
Yes, in a T4 anomaly.
In a T4 anomaly.
He died 11
brutal.
11.3 bill loss mail from a T4 anomaly.
Yeah, it must have.
Where's the one specifically that
representation
somebody
of
was
something.
using it as a hauler and they lost 5 of the option boxes from the current event?
Let me go back. I do have that. I have to scroll up a little bit. Yeah, they had the five option boxes too. Yeah, a lot of these I didn't share the fits or anything. It was just or who killed them. Just trying to make room on the graphic there, because there was quite a few. That one had single guns on it. One had rigs. Here we go. Duke Barbosa was the one that was he yeeted his with a
there you go.
With 5 cosmic treasure ops, and guess what? Hey, look, Bradrin got the kill.
Yeah.
Badran, eat him.
Yeah.
Damn.
So there you go.
How did he find
Syndicate?
God damn.
They must just
Damn.
AP or something. I don't know. So, yes, that's your more money than brains segment. Ships in a box of losses from this last weekend. And I did want to add one more because I'm very against the Cyan Sea. So I added a new slide specifically for these people. It's called natural selection. Cyan Sea losses only.
Oh boy.
Check this out.
Man.
These are
I use Cyan Sea a lot.
This is just this last week, and actually I have a number. 20 Cyan Seas have died this last week. 12 from PvE and 8 from PvP. I have pictured here 5 of them from PvP, as you can see. A bunch of them. Yeah, Muffin has gotten one. THD, PHPC, Lord Cobra has gotten one this last week. That one that died to the gate gun. Kind of wanted to showcase that Hancock had blown up, or at least got a piece of, and then the gate finished him off. But then one of OC Can't Stop's homies right here, one of the Delvin characters,
That name drop.
decided that he wanted to do a Waste Seeker anomaly, and he lost his Cyan Sea worth 269 billion. So there you go, TMI representing the Cyan Sea lost mails. Believe it or not, OC, that Cyan Sea was the most expensive lost mail of the week out of all the Cyan Seas. So,
bro,
there you go. There's your week of natural selection.
Bro, if you ever want to laugh, I mean that checks out. If you want to laugh, just look at Probi and filter by Cyan Seas and just see what our biggest lost mail. I'm just if you ever want to laugh, I mean,
Science. I don't know. Just it's one of those ships that I'm almost tempted to. People that kill Cyan Seas and get onto Mobi Mountain, I'm thinking about taking that away because it's such an easy kill mail for as much as it's worth. It's like you didn't need to do anything. These are like these fits in these ships, and it's like.
Well, that's just it.
It's
the fits. People don't like. So we have a guy. I'm not gonna drop names, but we have 1 or 2 guys in Coalition that they do amazing things in their Cyan Sea. The problem is people see that, and it's easy to get into a Cyan Sea. So then they're like, oh, well, I'll just do that and immediately drop in a gate, and then they just fucking die. Or they try to AFK rat. It's too easy.
I am definitely.
I've had a few
this
really
EHP
hard Cyan Seas.
Like on that one, that EHP is 2 nightmares. If that.
Yeah, rip.
Wait, what is that other one? Is that a 700k Cyan Sea? There is. One of them is right? The one on the left? Justina's? Yeah, he's got no...
Oh, you mean for total damage?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's 725k.
Well, no, it's not just EHP. That really is EHP, because if you have 35 participants, right? I don't think he was tanking them for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think he got many reps in. I think he fucking found out immediately. Wow.
Yeah, I think he just got caught in low sec.
Jesus.
Got caught on a gate or something, decided to engage PHPC at the time. They could tell us that. They probably have the story behind it, but that's a lost mail for you. Yeah. It's a special person to fly Sciences. So there you go.
And I have
That's
one.
it. And you have one, Juby. A lot of people have them. I mean, I fleet up with people every day that have them, that use them. I was just like, well, when it goes boom, no sympathy from me. I'm sorry.
Then it goes.
I'd like to see more lost mails of Sciences, just not on Moby Mountain. Let's keep it that way. All right, guys, that is it. That's all I got. We had a 2 hour 41-minute episode.
Oh boy.
Taylor, are you still alive?
I'm still here.
I missed the entire football game of the Eagles-Rams. We'll maybe see the fourth quarter. I don't know.
Did the Bills actually lose?
Yeah.
Wow.
It looks like they're losing.
God. Okay.
DDR is still here.
And
Wow.
still talking.
Can't
yeah.
believe.
Still talking.
Yeah. I thought this was a boring show.
Honestly, like it. The fact that he
Propaganda.
The fact that he spends the entire time pretending like he's a prisoner, like he's like fucking chained to the rock while we're pecking out his liver, right? You know, it's like, but he's still around after. Just
amazing.
He's a masochist. Maybe.
DDR, start a podcast. I want to listen to it. All
I
right.
would say he's a masochist and a sadist.
In Russian. We'll do
All
the
right.
translation. It's fine.
Sure. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining. We had a pretty hefty audience for a majority of this 2 hour, 40-minute episode. So I want to appreciate and thank everybody that had joined on this lengthy episode. We had some fun here.
Yeah.
Some good content, some good stuff here. So thanks, everybody. And thank you for my co-hosts, my staff here, for doing a lot of the back-end work and research and all this type of stuff that goes into a show like this. So thank you all. Say your goodbyes and
I didn't do anything.
Rip.
We know. I'm kidding.
Wow.
You set yourself up for it. I just had to.
Just had to get a kick mail into the show there. Or another one, I should say.
Play the outro.
Lamau. Okay.
Yeah.
You realize he paused the outro to fucking find that. Like,
yeah, he did. He's looking for it.
Well, I actually had to cue the outro. I didn't have it queued. But I was hoping that you guys were going to do your goodbyes. But anyway,
I said
07.
goodbye.
Goodbye.